say good morning to you.
You are now listening to the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show.
Good morning. It's the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show. Call us at 516-900-2278. We are the Weekend Review Show. We do this every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on Facebook Live and YouTube. Hello, everybody. Good morning. We have the usual suspects in studio. Let's start off with Bino. Bino, how are you doing today, sir?
Yo, good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Doing well, man. Voice is here. How are you doing, Voice?
I'm good. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, man. Quite well. We have Crystal in the studio as well. How you doing, Crystal?
Fine.
Oh, God. You know! Let's say good morning to everybody on our thread. I know before we start everything, let's just say a happy good morning and hope everybody's doing well on this beautiful Sunday. I know everybody lost an hour's sleep, so I guess that's why we
No wonder
understand.
I'm so cranky.
I was saying I'm a little
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
No. But what I was telling you before, they are annoying. But yes,
yes. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning, Carol.
Yeah, listen. This is a tough time because obviously everybody loves their sleep. And obviously you lose an hour just so we can, enjoy the daylight, I guess, a little bit more. But this is unfortunate. I'm a little tired right now. It looks like Crystal's a little bit tired. But
give me the sleep, dogs.
I saw a post this week. You went to that dump?
What dump?
The dump of all dumps.
I didn't go.
You didn't go there?
No,
Okay.
hell no, I didn't go.
I got to go there in a couple of weeks.
I just realized there's two dumps in the world. There's Florida and there's Philadelphia. I think everybody in this room would agree Florida's a pretty.
I'll co-sign with you on
Thank
Florida.
you.
Yeah,
Florida's
I
thank
like
you.
Florida.
What?
Yeah, I do.
Get killed down there, see if you
Get
get any justice.
exactly. Get racially profiled.
I like
love it
Florida.
here.
Get your black ass bitten by a gator, and you'll be the one on trial.
Alligator.
You bothered this poor gator. It did nothing to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I'm not a big fan of Florida, not a big fan of Philadelphia, but it was one of my niece's birthday, so they went to spend some time out there. Hopefully they make it back to New York in peace. Let's pray to God.
Yo, good morning, Ricardo.
Oh man, good morning.
Denise. Corinne live from Philly.
Oh man.
Corinne, you're
She's
my
still-
favorite
she's
place.
still in
First
dump.
off,
Vivian.
is she okay?
Yes.
Please, Corinne, if you're out there, please let us know you're okay.
That's because the kidnappers
have-
let her say good morning on the thread.
Exactly. No, you don't understand.
And
So
have the baby kicked twice, so we know.
The
who's
kidnappers
innocent.
are watching the show.
the unfortunate thing is, so when I want to call and see how my wife and my son are doing, and it has to be interrupted with, don't forget the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Eagles, baby. Eagles. No, that's what I got to get interrupted with.
And that's just from the children, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. Yes. This is just 3 and 5.
That's not even from Pat.
No,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But you deserve that, though.
mind you, he still has the face paint on. It's ridiculous.
Ricardo says he takes offense to the Florida comment.
Oh, is he from Florida?
Yes.
I hope
Ricardo, go work in front of Zimmerman's house, see how that works for you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. Should I
Come
tell you
back
about-
to us.
Should I tell you about the story in Jacksonville?
He says and agree. Okay,
Oh,
fair enough.
okay, thank
fair
you.
enough.
All right.
Fair enough, Ricardo.
All right. I mean, give us some credit. How was everybody's week? Let's start off with Bino, man. How was your week this week?
Oh, it was good. It was
How
good.
did you? First off, everything was so hyped this week for the snow.
Oh,
How did
please.
you bear in that blizzard?
I don't know how I'm here to tell the story.
I'm
me
surprised
either.
you're even alive,
B,
sir.
I dropped water on the table earlier and it made more damage than this damn snow. Yo, and the sad thing is they make us old because I follow our high school on Instagram and they canceled the school.
Yep.
Right.
Like 2 days. Yo, I never had a snow day in my life.
No, I don't remember snow
Do we
days in
ever have a
Malloy.
snow
No,
day?
I don't remember snow days in
No.
Malloy. Nope.
I don't remember any snow days in grade school or high school, and I'm talking about I used to be trekking it down the Van Wick
Right.
side of the highway.
Blizzards.
When it was
And
like
legitimate
12 inches of
blizzards.
snow.
Real
No.
blizzards. Yeah.
12
Blizzards,
inches.
they
We
still
expect you to be here
Yes.
before
get your
school.
black ass here,
Yeah.
or else you'll be expelled.
And it was no delayed openings. Either.
Exactly.
You had to get on. You had to be there on time.
You're late. What do
I
you mean?
trolled the hell out of my high school page. I was like, really? Where was this during 2000?
I don't know.
Where is this
There
from
was nowhere
96 to
to be
2000?
seen.
Where was
I
I
this?
hope they
It
blocked
wasn't even
you.
a footnote of a conversation.
It was ridiculous.
But
Like,
you know what? That said, in Westchester, there was a lot of outages. Like some people have not had electricity since Friday.
no, I under, oh,
No,
so
that-
There's a lot of
because
trees
of the
down.
winds.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, the
Cr-
trees
Crimea
are
River.
down. The trees are down. No, you have any? Has anyone ever had to really live without electricity
Yes,
for like
we had
more than
severe
a week?
thunderstorms when we were in South Wilson Park where the electricity was out for a couple days.
yeah.
It was
There
thundering
was
once
this
a week.
blackout in 2003. Maybe you heard of it.
That-
Has anyone ever lived without
No,
electricity?
I think it was 2002, and that was the best thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
But you were
yeah.
born in
Multiple times.
2004, so
I was born
yes.
in
I remember. I think
2005.
there was like one Christmas blizzard where
Yes.
there was a power outage
Yes.
as well. So that was when blizzards were real blizzards.
Yeah, real blizzards.
Not that shit we experienced this week.
Yes,
Do
shit
you
indeed.
remember that? Remember the blizzard of like 2010 or 20? It was 2010 when the buses were stuck
Yeah,
on the
it was.
street.
It was.
Oh, I
People
remember
just
that
left
during the day.
buses
Yeah, it was
in
in
the middle of the
February.
street.
First of all, just to explain it for everybody who's out of town, there was this big hype with the Nor'easter coming in. The Nor'easter 2013. I mean, 2018.
Telling you to kiss your family
I know.
goodbye and fill out your
Yeah.
wills.
Stack up on bread and water because it's over.
Yeah.
No, they were stuck in 2013. You can
The
say that
thunder
correct.
snow.
And
The
all it
thunder
was-
snow.
No, I can't front. Somebody got struck by lightning in that thunderstorm.
That thunder
Yeah.
snow, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, hopefully their family isn't listening.
No,
now.
they were like to
They
tell
have
them.
one tear out their eye.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn you, Bino.
But it was not that big of a storm.
No.
It was just slush. That's all it was.
Yes.
And then the next day it all melted. Like it was all gone.
I was off for work for 2 days, so I can't complain.
They closed down your
Oh, look at
job
you.
because
2 days.
What?
they perceived the blizzard that was
Girl.
supposed to come.
I worked extra. Damn
Me
closing
too.
down my job. Okay.
Me too.
Because you don't believe in snow days.
I didn't get one. The only time I got
It
a snow
wasn't
day
a
is
snow
when
day.
I went to school in the South, when I went to college in Virginia, because obviously the South doesn't have the same plows
Yeah,
and
right,
machinery to handle that type of thing. But in New York City,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
That was not a blizzard.
No,
and
it
people who and there's supposed to be another one. I'm telling everybody it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. And then I look outside. They said it was supposed to start Tuesday night around 10 p.m. Nothing.
And it started until like
No,
3 in the
from, like-
and
afternoon.
mind you make up Wednesday morning,
And it was
gas
nothing.
like,
Yes.
I get ready to call
Yeah.
out. I looked out the window.
It's dry as a bone.
Looked out the window. Everyone, come to work. You go.
It was ridiculous, man. So
pretty bad.
please, listen. And this is not a knock to all meteorologists. We get it. It's a tough
Knock 'em.
job.
Knock 'em.
But-
Nah,
yeah,
Mr. G's a liar.
Yes, yes.
Nah, don't talk about Mr. G.
Mr. G's a liar.
They,
Please.
they all liars.
Any other weatherman here?
They had us all hyped. Like
What
it
other
was
job can you be 25% right and
And still
grow
get
within
paid.
the field?
Yeah, exactly.
The cop, baby.
Oh, true. Ooh. Well,
Number one.
number one.
Speaking of number one, let's get to the top 5 stories of the week.
This is the top 5 stories of the week. Number 1.
All right, so our president is taking a risk this week. Huge risk. And this is, I'm not surprised by this just because it seems like both these gentlemen seem like they're the same type of person. So I'm not really surprised at all by this. So Kim Jong-un, the
Can you
leader,
do that name for me one more time, please?
Kim Jong-un
Appreciate
is
it.
the leader of North Korea. And obviously, there's been threats the past couple of years with missiles. Remember the threat in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah.
Where there was a perceived missile on its way and
Yes.
everybody was scared and so on and
Saying
so
bye to
forth.
their family member.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same as that freaking blizzard, whatever.
Yes.
So he's finally decided he wants to meet with our president.
one that called him Rocket Man.
Yes, and our president has agreed.
In all fairness, I mean, it's two dictators meeting each other, so
Right.
that's nothing to me.
That's
but
why I say it's
in
not
all
really surprising.
fairness, he has reached out to previous
Yes.
presidents.
Right.
Obama talked about
right,
meeting with him.
Yeah,
Obama.
nobody has ever met with him.
Right.
Yes, it's true.
And technically, he still hasn't met with him. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's a big deal now because of everything that they've said. But this is not the first time he's tried to meet with a U.S. leader.
And we don't know
Ask
if
Dennis Rodman.
and we don't know if this is actually going to happen. But to be fair, I just think the reason why they'll. I think they'll be the best of friends because they just seem like the same
Absolutely.
type of people.
This is going to be promoted like Mayweather and McGregor.
Yeah.
I swear to you, this is WrestleMania. If they do meet, this is going to be a WrestleMania card, and people are going to make bets on who swings on the other person
Right.
first.
Absolutely.
They're both showmen. They're both full of shit.
Right.
And it's going to be very interesting.
I just wonder, like, do they meet in a ring? Do they? Does he
I
go
think
to
it's
no-
only right.
Yeah.
One of those WWE press conferences where they have the table in the middle of the
Let me
ring.
tell you something,
I'll be the announcer. Exactly.
You know something, Rocket Man. Like, it's going to be great.
It's gonna be crazy. I don't know. I mean, and they're looking to denuclearize North Korea, which is great news. That's something everybody wants. But like I said, this is a man. I don't know how a man like this, Kim Jong Un, his ego is out through the roof. Remember, he killed a man. I think it was
His own family member.
His own family member. Okay, in the airport.
Yeah.
mind
When
you.
the two girls stuck him with
Yeah,
that
they
thing, that
maced
was
him.
wow.
So
Yeah.
all of a sudden now he's gotten this change of heart and saying,
No.
you know what?
It's a setup.
I think I want to meet you now.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Listen.
They're the same person.
Yeah, they
To
are
me,
the same.
They're
Yeah.
the same person.
But we have to give him credit. It's the same way as how, Republicans didn't want to give Obama credit when he got Bin Laden. If he's able to denuclearize North Korea, you got to give him credit for doing so.
Oh,
Oh, no,
absolutely.
he wins 2020 if he does.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
No, well, you know what?
All right, let's put it this way. Even if he doesn't win, he makes the race that much closer.
Right.
Like, he does that, it's a big deal.
Well, here's the thing. He's actually changed the slogan now. It's no longer "Make America Great Again." You know what the new slogan is?
What, tariffs?
Keep America great again.
Keep America.
No,
great.
I'm sorry. Keep America great.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I just want to know the date.
It's BS, but it's beautiful.
I just want to know the date when it became great. When When
guess
did it
it's
become
now,
great?
Especially if he closes this deal. I mean, he's blasting all over. He's saying Obama, not even Bush. Nobody could have done what he's doing right now as far as meeting
Not
Kim
even
Jong-un.
Bush.
Well, that's
but
because
called
none
Bush
of them
out.
like him, right?
He called all the Republicans out and the
Why
Democrats.
wouldn't you? Any Republican that did not vote for him, he's gonna call out
Right.
and say you can't do it or you didn't do it. Poor Bush is over there in the wheelchair looking crazy, and he over there talking about this 90-something-year-old man.
He picks on everybody, man. But he's like I said, if he's able to accomplish anything like this, but like I said, to me, this is not necessarily an accomplishment, just because it's like meeting in the mirror. You're meeting yourself, and you guys are gonna get along. There's like you guys are gonna have a great. He can smooth. Like
Yo, the photo ops alone are
Yeah,
gonna be
it's gonna be
sick.
crazy.
Like he's gonna have Kim in a headlock. Kim's gonna have him
My
in elbow.
best friend.
Oh, it's gonna be
Brother,
great.
what is it,
Ooh,
stepbrother?
you make me
Yes,
feel-
we're brothers. We're
People gonna be talking about their hair, like
How serious do you take it if Dennis Rodman goes though?
Not
Oh,
at all.
God.
Not at
Not
all.
serious at all.
We gotta get, but Dennis Rodman kind of predicted
Dennis
this.
Rodman is his paper boy. So it's nothing to be surprised there. I'm sorry.
It's
Paperboy, you say?
Yeah, he is his paper boy. He sends the messages from Kim Jong-un to come over here.
Yeah, it's fair enough. All right, let's get to number 2.
Number
Eventually.
two.
Number
What?
2.
Number
Oh, by the way, our engineer's
two.
back, guys. Yeah, Preacher's
Wild
pointing at
night
the
out,
2.
huh?
I can't.
There we go. There we
The
go.
one that says 2.
So Martin Shkreli, remember that guy who?
Wait, did number 2 go up?
Yeah, it went up. Let's play it again. We'll play it one more time. Let's just play it.
You sure you want to do?
There we
good,
go.
good, good, good. Cool.
So Martin Shkreli, the guy, remember who raised the price on the
Pharmaceuticals, yes.
Pharmaceuticals. He's been sentenced to 7 years in prison. Apparently, when he heard the sentencing, he cried before and after.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is the same guy. Remember when he was attacking
Mocking Ghostface.
Ghostface? All of Wu-Tang bought the album for millions of
Yep.
dollars.
$2 million.
Went at Hillary Clinton on a Facebook post and saying anybody who gets a strand of her hair, he's going to pay him a certain amount of money. Remember all that tough guy talk he was doing on the Breakfast Club and so on and so forth?
Yes.
And now he's going to do 7 years in prison.
And
so.
same with what was the percentage that he raised the AIDS medication?
It was
Like
like,
90%.
it was
80-something
it was
percent.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
ridiculous.
It was something crazy. It was something where it was like $10, $20 to now it was about $10,000 to buy
Do
it.
you imagine that?
That's nuts.
And now you're crying about going to jail?
Well, this is always the thing with people like him, and it never surprises me that when the chickens come home to roost, and then you find out. I like how like thugs talk so much ish, and then they get into sentencing like, I didn't really mean it though, man. Like, come on, yo.
Listen, everybody's a killer to a killer walk in the room. Like that.
Yo, that shirt is dope. What shirt?
Thank you.
Oh, what's
that
up, man?
Prince?
That's
That's
Prince.
the Brooklyn girl. That's Prince.
Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Yeah, but I just hate that whole braggadocious bravado, and then when you get life.
Yo, Zig
What you talking
says
about,
since
life?
he's locked up, we can steal the Wu-Tang album. What's good, Bino? You in?
You know how much that thing
Yo,
was
holla
worth?
at me. What fair be? We'll talk.
Watch that album be trash though. Like I love
Yo,
Wu-Tang.
even You God said the
Yeah.
album's trash.
Yeah,
And this
like
is
it-
You God.
and this is just
This is the
disrespect.
D side member
Yeah.
of the group. Like, please.
apparently it was just
Deep.
verses put together and
Yeah, of
was
course
a-
it's BS.
It was just cut and paste type of album.
Gopay says, I hope he likes prison food and penis. Wow.
Oh,
Is
has
he
no
going
choice
to
now.
federal
really go
prison?
That's a good
He's
question.
going to a
actually.
federal prison, so
He
it
is.
might be a little bit
Okay.
nicer.
It'd be a
Yeah, he
nice.
called that.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
right.
Club
It's,
Yeah.
He's
it's
gonna-
definitely
What do they
Rikers.
call it? Like Club Med.
It's Club
Club
Med.
Fed.
It's a TV. There's
Yeah.
couches. There's nice beds. You got a king size.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's still prison, but it's
Ain't no
not
damn prison. That's a
It's more
playground.
of a resort type of feel.
Regardless of what it is, I wouldn't want to be there for 7 years. Like, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be anywhere that I'm restricted for 7 years.
Right.
But he needs to sit there and really think about it. And you know, people like him, unfortunately, are the people that go in for 7 years and come out and do the same BS.
In one.
Well, not even that.
He's gonna get probation.
He's
He's
probably
coming
going to
out
go
of
in 7 years. He was sentenced
Federal,
7 years.
so he has to do
He'll
like
probably
90%
do
of it.
4.
3,
No,
3 to 4.
it's federal, so they have to do most of their time.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have to do like 90% of their time.
Even if you're rich.
Yeah,
Oh.
federal prison is you have to do like 90%.
You know the wrong people
I know.
to know that. That's
Unfortunately.
it's a little scary right there. But everybody watch your pockets. Yeah. So I mean, look, it's just a sucker that just got caught, and I just hope he just shuts the f up. All right, let's get to number 3.
Number 3.
Bam, bam, like
That's
that.
right on point.
Oh man, we gotta pull up this video, man. So did you see this video of this Queens guy? He was on the subway, okay, and we've seen a lot of crazy things on the subway. So apparently, he proceeded to punch this guy, blindsided him, sucker punched him, just because he was staring at him in the train.
Yep.
Now, I'm not surprised by the reason because there's idiots on the New York City subway for our out-of-towners. Like, people are really petty, especially guys on the New York City subway, where you end up in a staring contest, and next thing you know, it's beef.
Sounds Sound like somebody I know in here.
Crystal, leave me the hell alone first of all.
What you say? We sound like somebody we know.
Find you
in
some
here.
business to mind, both of you.
Sound like somebody we know.
But that's just idiotic. Like the whole that now you're gonna probably do time just because you didn't like how somebody was staring at you.
Complete insanity.
This is New York City. People get into fights about that all the time.
Yo, but my thing is this.
Especially
fight like a
Southside.
damn man. You sucker punch dude.
Yeah.
And you had a
Yeah.
suit on, which means all us brothers that wear suit on a damn train, we're now suspects. Okay? Oh, how many times I got jacked up this week over this? Like, please,
Yeah,
yo.
that was
Stand up and
bad.
square up and fight like a man.
So what did you do when the little person was staring at you? Did
I
you
didn't
square
fight him.
up?
I took his picture and showed it to y'all. We all laughed as a family. Did I fight
I
him?
did not laugh at that little
Yo,
boy.
no, you didn't laugh at him. You were
wait,
holding
so
it
I
down.
did. I did.
Okay, so just tell us the anatomy of how a stare off or how a stare upsets you.
What is this, National Geographic?
I'm
Like,
just trying to
people
understand. I'm just trying
This
to
is the life
understand
of
where.
Bino.
No, this is not. Yo. So wait a minute. So y'all never gotten into a face fight with anybody? I'm the only one here
Not
who's
to the
gotten
point
into.
where I want to punch the guy's lights out, or it's always upsetting.
But it depends on how it goes. Like y'all looking at each other. If
Okay.
someone's jerk enough to be like, "Yo, what are you looking at?" or whatever the case may be,
That's when it goes to
then
the
words
next
are
level.
exchanged.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
If it's just a regular face fight and someone decides to be the bigger man,
Southside, I
then
don't
it's
know words will
whatever.
exchange.
But I never
Point is
knew
this.
why men stare at each other like that.
I
Like,
don't know why either.
It's an
that's
ego
a very
trip.
weird
Well, maybe
thing.
because
But again, us growing up here, especially in the '90s in old New York,
right.
that was a no-no. You don't stare at anybody.
No,
Like
yeah.
you don't catch. You know, you do eye contact, whatever. Yo, you let it go real fast. You don't stare
Like,
at
yo,
anybody.
what's going
No.
It's what it is.
But not so much so where you feel like you have to sucker punch the guy.
Nah, he was corny for that.
Because the guy the
was
guy
funny.
had no idea.
He was
Because
funny.
as you can tell by the video, we'll pull it up during the break and we'll play it after when we come back. But the idea where he's walking out on his own, he's just going to work.
It's over. At that
It's
point.
over, right? I'm getting off the train. I'm going to work now. Leave me
Hold
alone.
on, Trini. Okay, Trini man, let's explain this to you. He said, "What the fudge is a face fight?" I know you're from Trinidad, Trini man.
Come on, yo.
Face fight.
How do you not know what a face fight is, Trinidad?
They don't do that
Come
in
on, Trini
Trinidad.
man.
Trinidad's all love.
First of all, he's been here this long and he still sounds like that.
Second, the streets of Brooklyn.
And he's in
He's
East
from
New York of all
Brooklyn.
places, yo.
AKA mean mugging. Like I don't know what else is. I
Exactly.
don't know.
New lots of
that's-
all places.
When you when you and another Trinimon are staring at each other at the same time,
It's love.
wondering if you're both from Trinidad. That's what a face fight
No,
is.
the reason, no, here's the problem, though. The reason why Trinity Man wouldn't know is because Trinity Man don't play face fights. He straight shoots.
This is true.
He
We
ain't
saw
playing
him at the
he ain't
convenience
playing
store.
around.
At
Yeah.
a convenience store.
Yeah, there's no
yeah,
playing
yeah.
around with Trinity Man, so I totally understand the question.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Trinity Man, we apologize.
Sorry, Trinidad man. We don't want no
Don't do that to
problems.
him again.
No problem.
I just like the fact that last week he came all the way over here for cake. man.
Yo, I forgot the puppy. This shit that still bug me out.
I feel like you guys are trying to replace me with Trini man. I meant to tell you that. Like, you know.
No,
like,
we're
you-
trying to replace you with Trini Pup.
Oh,
Get it right.
oh,
No,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Trini Pup
Like,
is-
she didn't come
The
last
Trini Man
week.
can replace me.
Trini,
Oh, okay.
Trini Pup won't complain about the temperature. I'll tell you that much. I'm just saying.
Number 5.
Trini,
I already told you what kind of day I was having.
I'm just saying, Trini
That's what
Pup
you wanted to say? All right.
and Trini Pup has the bow on the top of it.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
it's
she's just the greatest.
cutest thing.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta
Okay.
pull up a picture of Trini Pup ASAP. Let's get to number 4.
Say no more, yo.
Number 4.
All right, so Stacey Dash is running for Senate, I believe, or Congress.
Where's her little face?
It doesn't matter. No, she's not winning anyway. So she decided to do her first interview on MSNBC to talk about her platform and what she's going to look out for.
Why not Fox News?
Because I guess she's trying to play both sides. She wants to be able to go to the liberal network and say, I can converse on the other side, and we could just talk. So here she gets asked about Donald Trump's comments about, remember, look at that. Look at that
Trini Pup.
face. I mean,
Baby?
you put Trini Pup in prison.
Look
It's
at her
like,
little face. What?
like she
Oh my
stopped
God.
riots.
I can't do it.
Anyway,
yes.
no,
you say-
I'm sorry.
Yes. Well,
Back on
Stacey
track.
Kuhn, yes.
Yeah, Stacey Kuhn. So anyway, she got asked about Donald Trump's comments about Charlottesville, how there were bad people on both sides. Comments, and here it seems that she says she doesn't want to judge people who are neo-Nazis. Here's her comments.
Here we go.
Just a bunch of banter and noise.
If the white supremacists were the hate on one side, what was the hate that would be equivalent to that on the other side? That's what has enraged so many people about those comments the president made and stands by is there was not another hate group there. It was the white supremacists in Charlottesville that had organized those rallies. What other hate do you see there?
Well, no, I'm not saying that there was hate on the other side or that I'm justifying the hate on the other side. What I'm saying, what their constitutional right was, they were exercising that. There should be no hate at all. Hate is not the answer.
And I agree
for
with
anything.
I agree with you on their First Amendment rights, and that is law. That is in our Constitution.
And that is what the president said. He wasn't siding with the neo-Nazis.
Well, he said, I just played it for you. He did say there's blame on both sides. Why
There
is
is
it,
blame.
Why
Well,
is it hard
there-
to say that that was wrong in the context of a white supremacist rally?
Well, because what happened? It became violent, didn't
Who
it?
started?
So
Who started
violence
this?
on either side is no good.
When he says they're good people on both sides, good people at the white supremacist rally, do you co-sign that?
I'm not here to judge.
Jesus
the
Christ.
only one who can judge is God. Do I know every person in the neo-Nazi party, if they have a good heart or not?
Can I just say, well, she forgot God when she was judging those Black Lives Matter protests.
Listen,
though.
Barbados, I'm sorry. Do you understand me, Barbados? I'm sorry.
She's Bayesian?
She's Bayesian.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
don't
glad
know
you
what
didn't know that.
happened. I don't
glad
know
we all
what
didn't know that.
happened when her parents crossed through Ellis Island. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't
Here's
get it.
here's the
She
rest.
bumped
Do
her
I know
head.
every member of a gang, if they have a good heart or not? No, I don't. Do I know every heart of a man in prison, if he has a good heart or not? No, I don't.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not here to judge.
Ms. Dash,
Yeah, so that was Stacey Dash running for Compton, the District of Compton.
Yes.
Yo, so how far do you think there are some good Nazis out there with fly in Compton?
I don't think it would go really well.
What
at
do you
all.
think if you wanted to put a number on a percentage of Nazis in Compton?
I probably would say 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 1.
I'm going with negative 23.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Asia Brown, who's the I think the mayor?
Yes.
I think she's going up against her. She's
No
the,
chance in hell.
She's the
I'm not
most
saying that.
incredible person ever. Like ever.
Hmm.
You want to go like first of all,
I am not saying never just because, like I said before,
Yeah,
we
you know
doubted
you're right.
we doubted
Yes.
Trump.
Yeah,
We
this one
laughed.
I'm going to go with never.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know
Cousin
what?
Patrick calls her Stacy Trash.
Stacey
I'm going to
Trash,
have to
yes.
agree with him.
I'm just saying I can never be surprised anymore after this after 2017.
There's a
2016.
certain song this reminds me of.
What is that?
I think you know where I'm going with this.
we gotta find this song.
Find the song, damn it. Our show isn't the same without it.
It's in the old computer, so yeah, we have to transfer.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we have to transfer stuff, but we could sing it on our own, man.
No, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, dude.
Listen, I don't. This idea that let's just put that rally into perspective, okay? There were a group of people, a hate group that hated the demographic of people in this country, okay? The other group disagreed and said, no, we should be inclusive.
Yet in some minds of many,
Some minds
they
are
are on the same
They're
platform.
on the same place. They're right, and
They're
they're
the
people
same
on either
level
side.
of hate.
Of hatred,
Correct.
yes.
Yes.
You hate their
that is-
rights to hate niggers and Jews.
Right, yes.
So you're a hater too.
Right.
Really?
She's talking about this, and then she's shouting out South Bronx for South Bronx roots.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out where that comes into
Yes.
play.
You can't see. That's the thing. You can't play the black card or the color card and then say, "Well, we can't judge neo Nazis."
Yes.
No, I think it's pretty simple to do it.
When your black card is gray.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
White even. Yes.
I'm not even.
It's off-white.
Just saying.
It's mother of
man.
pearl.
I'm going with off-white. Yes,
I'm going
I
with
like
piss.
that.
I'm sorry.
Wow, he went pissed.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Dirt.
Let's get to number 5, please.
Number 5.
So, man, this is upsetting news, and I got to turn off the music for this because I know this is going to touch everybody in the studio and everybody who's watching us, especially everybody on the thread.
Oh, my.
So, Toys R Us
Oh.
Yes.
might be closing their doors forever.
Jeez.
Where are kids gonna go? Like, do they just
Amazon.
go to
Electronics
Target?
and Amazon.
They're not
yes.
gonna go anywhere. They're gonna go to Amazon, basically.
Yeah.
What my 5-year knows how to work an iPad. Sooner or later, he'll be able to order something on Amazon.
Do you remember the excitement of going
Yo,
through the aisles
Especially
in Toys
Christmas
R Us?
time. Oh my gosh.
You heard the word Toys R Us,
And you got excited.
and you got excited.
Remember the
Jeffrey?
commercials?
Yes,
the
I don't
giraffe,
want to
yes.
grow up.
I'm a
I'm
Toys R Us kid.
kid.
Yes.
The poll question for today is: what was your favorite toy growing up? What do you remember getting? You being like, oh man, I remember the Light Bright. I remember I got that. I was really excited about
I
that.
got the glowworm. Don't I look
Oh,
like a
good.
glowworm?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
I had
Yep.
Okay, my
Ninja
father,
Turtles.
I asked him for Power Wheels, and he gave me the whole spiel about how he couldn't afford it.
So you couldn't care less if Toys R
Pops
Us.
kept it real.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Power Wheels money around here. Anyway,
It's not my fault.
next morning, I know, right? The next morning, Christmas time, I woke up, I came in the living room, and I saw my Power Wheels right now. Yes. But unfortunately, we lived in Bed-Stuy at the time, so like I could only drive. I had to drive 2 feet and turn that motherfucker around.
In the small
essentially-
hallway?
Yo,
You
what?
went as far as the seat can go.
Yo, I turned it. I know what exactly. Drove it back
At
around.
least
But,
Bino got the damn surprise.
I know, man. Yeah.
but
was
yes,
hoping
but those
it
were
was
the, those were the
long-lived.
that, and he also got me the Super Soaker.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You got that
Super
too?
Soaker.
Shoot.
You know
I'm
what I
0 for
really
2.
want to this day? The Nerf ball one.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm
so
0
much
for
fun.
3.
Yeah, you saw,
I wish for all 3, I never got-
Let's get to voice over here because I know this
Okay,
dude.
what did you get
What-
for Christmas?
My first T-Mobile phone. well,
wanted
first
her
off,
ball.
do you
I didn't get
remember?
her ball.
Do you remember Toys R Us? I mean, have you ever been
Absolutely.
to? Okay.
Oh,
I went
okay.
there. I went window shopping.
With your cheap
Oh, you
ass.
went, you went window shopping.
So now, all right. So what was the first toy that you got?
The only thing I remember is a
most
Ninja
memorable?
Turtle.
Ninja Turtle.
That's it.
Oh
You
yes,
did one
Ninja Turtles.
one
Yes.
Ninja
Yes.
Turtle?
Only Raphael.
I had probably two.
No, I
You
used
know,
yeah.
that's so
I
funny
want a
because my
Nerf ball.
father used to take me around and be like, okay, and I used to be like, I want this. I mean,
Yep.
he didn't remember 90%,
Ain't
but
happening.
he got what he could. I remember getting those. You remember those mechanical dogs that you could just press forward and press back because my mother
Yeah.
didn't
Oh,
want to
nah, you
pet,
were
so I had
living.
like a fake.
Nah, you were
Oh
living.
no,
You had it,
I
kid.
was the
I ain't-
only child till 13.
Oh man, yeah, you had the life right there. I am none of that. I had the thing that turns and made the animal noises or whatever. It would turn into whatever animal and it would make the noise. I
Oh, the speaking
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Yeah. I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's called something. I might be
yeah,
messing it
I
up.
forgot what it was called.
And
but
remember
yeah.
the thing you used to shake and do the
Oh,
original
Etch-a-Sketch.
iPad, the
Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch. The original
Etch-a-Sketch.
iPad. Yes.
Maya said Cabbage Patch Kid.
Teddy
Weren't they
Ruxpin.
adorable?
I had my
Natasha
buddy.
says Teddy. Yes.
I had my buddy.
You had a My Buddy?
I had my buddy.
I did too.
Ever since Chucky, nah.
You afraid of my buddy?
No, thank
What?
you. Nope.
Remember the pillows?
preach. No.
Remember the pillows with the faces on it? Remember those? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
No,
It looked
I
like a
remember
window.
the wrestling pillows.
I remember those too.
Right,
Oh
yes.
man.
I didn't get that.
That I had, of course, the wrestling ring
Yeah.
with
So
all the
what did
wrestling
you have in
toys.
your, what did
I
you
was
have
such
in
a
your
bad
room?
What did you play
kid
with, yo?
That I got so
Books? Books?
I had to
Phones.
read. Yeah,
Phones.
I got like I had to go in my room and read. I was punished. I was such a badass. Every time I wished for something, I wasn't gonna get it. I was such a bad. You know how bad I was.
I love his stories, B.
I was such a
Because he
badass
doesn't
man.
believe
All
any
of them end in detention for some reason. It's suspension and
I mean,
expulsion.
you live in proof.
Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, bro, like, I mean, I'm sure you played with toys, though, no?
I had certain toys. I had to use my cousins downstairs because they had them and I didn't get them.
Because they weren't getting in trouble,
So
man.
what did you get for Christmas? Coal?
I mean, I got money and stuff like that. I got money and stuff like that. But when I would have wanted something, I had to either do good in school, which I did, or be good, which I
No, my
wasn't.
Christmases were always lit.
All right,
I'm
so
not
what
even
are-
gonna
what
Yeah,
are
front.
same
some
here,
of
yo.
the-
My father ain't playing around.
What are some of the
I had
other
a train track, all that shit.
What are some of the other toys?
Sweet Mama says Barbie and Ken. She also says Kid's sister, who was the sister of the My Buddy
Okay,
doll.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
yes.
you know
You
what I
were
used to
afraid
have
of
a
that,
lot of? Cabbage Patch dolls.
Someone said that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Maya B said that
Yeah.
earlier. Ricardo says remote control cars.
Yeah.
Yes, I had the Batmobile. That was really dope. I always wanted the you know the track, the speed tracks where you would just put the car in and it would speed all through the.
Yeah.
No, all the Hot Wheels, that type of shit, yeah.
With the man, I always wanted that, but I couldn't. She couldn't get it. But
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Hey, whoa, there's a shoulder here if you.
No, I'm
sure?
all
You
right.
could
I'm
get it for
good.
your
we're here
son
for
and
it.
then
Hey,
act like
Boris,
you
Boris,
really
let's go to
wanted it.
But Toys R Us is going away. Like this idea
I can't
that
believe that.
I
That saddens
can't
me.
believe. Like it all started with the one in Times Square, the most famous
That
one.
hurt.
Right?
That
With
hurt.
the
Because it had the
carousel.
roller coaster. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that hurt.
No, the Ferris wheel. It had the
The
Ferris
Ferris
Yeah,
wheel.
the big
Yes,
Ferris.
yes, yes.
That was a huge place, and
I
then
hate.
G.I. Joe, yeah.
That hurt, man.
GI
Joe
Joe.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. So what do we? I mean, I remember there was KB Toys.
KB
Is
Toys.
FAO
Oh,
Swartz
yeah.
still around?
They're bringing it back.
They bring,
They bring it back.
close it,
Yeah.
they bring it back.
But my understanding about Toys R Us was that it just seemed like everything was a lot more expensive there.
It was.
Than obviously Amazon or
You would
eBay.
know.
Of
You would
course
know.
I would. Absolutely.
So and obviously they have to pay for rent and things of that nature. So
Especially
obvi-
in Times Square,
Especially
I imagine.
Times Square, you probably not able
But
to
even
afford
on
that.
top of that, right? Like when you're a kid playing with something, and know you want, like in Toys R Us, you could be able to play with it and see if you wanted it.
It's
and
a
know what
whole
color you-
experience.
It's a-
Yeah,
it
you
was an
couldn't go
experience.
online and be like, I want this one. Like no.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Like there's something to it as being a parent. There's something to saying, hey, it's surprising your son and saying, all right, we're going to Toys R Us, and that excitement that they
Yes.
have. There's no more of that anymore.
Bro,
Like
I promise you, man, that Power Wheels was the greatest surprise, yo. Because my
Yeah.
parents and grandparents, they wasn't shit. Like the whole. and let me complete the sentence.
Oh my
like
God.
no, in a sense, like there was no Santa Claus. Like I would leave out cookies and catch my grandfather eating the damn cookies. Literally catch him dipping it in the middle.
go to bed.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Like literally. So like
Yeah.
that kind of surprise, yo. It was a rarity for me, man. You need like shit like that. That's why these kids so damn bad.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's
You
gonna
need
get
something
worse.
To be
gonna get worse.
surprised with, and you need something to know. Like you should be good to be good, but it's just like okay, I know that if I do ...
I'm gonna go to Toys R Us.
Right, I'm gonna go to Toys. Like that's
Shoot, I
that
wasn't
was a
thinking like
treat.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like Toys R Us and like a kids meal at McDonald's or a
Right.
slice of pizza.
Oh, what that Happy
or-
Meal? What?
Yeah.
No, the Happy Meals
can
now
pick your
suck
toy.
though. Come with apples and stuff. I don't want to be
I know,
healthy.
right?
You gotta be healthy.
What the hell is that shit is that?
I'm with it.
Don't give me an apple and fries. Like the hell is
Right.
that?
with it.
Oh yeah, Ghostbuster figures. I remember Ghostbusters.
Ooh, and then with the
Man.
gun and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't get that either.
Wow.
The
Just
Nintendo,
going
of
down the
course,
list.
with the
Yeah, I remember
gun.
when I first
So-
got
I had Nintendo.
Did
I
you?
had Nintendo.
I had an Atari.
But were you on punishment that you could play the Nintendo? Though?
No, I only could play on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes, me too. Yes,
You
I had.
definitely
Yes,
had it.
that was the Haitian household.
That was a
yes.
Haitian household.
Yeah, we couldn't play. We couldn't play on the weekdays. We had to wait till
Nintendo
Friday.
during the
And you
weekdays.
guys would
like-
sleep
And if it was a
because your mother
holiday.
be at work.
And my father would hide it.
My
No,
father
that's
never
petty.
did it.
He would hide it.
No,
He'd be
You
playing
make
it
sure.
himself. That's why. I've got it from Monday through Thursday.
I never forget when the Game Boy came out and they got it for me for Christmas, and my mother never let me hold it because she
neither.
played it all the time. I'm like, so why did you get it for me?
Tetris was addicting, man.
Didn't
Yeah.
get that neither.
Zelda
man.
and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, like this-
Super Mario,
Well,
remember?
That's
what does it
Mario.
say? I mean, we alluded to it. Like this is like I don't want to say a death in the family, but this is a death.
That's
of,
definitely an end of an era. Definitely.
end of an era.
Yeah.
But this is like you mentioned, like there's no more of okay. For instance, like all right, you have a good kid who's getting good grades. All right, go to Amazon and pick whatever you want now.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
not
the
the
same.
same, yo.
It's not-
Again, you need to touch and feel these toys to know this is the one that I want. I used to carry, I'm telling you, I had a Cabbage Patch doll named Tracy from the time I was like 2. I carried this dirty little Cabbage Patch everywhere with me. Cut her
Fuzzy and all
hair,
that, right.
put lipstick
Yes.
on it. But I literally, like, she was my gift. Like,
Yes.
these kids don't have that nowadays.
It's sad, man. Like I guess they're gonna go to like the toy section in Target or Walmart now.
It's not
As
the
a-
same.
but it's
That's
not
even-
the same.
You
Toys
have
are.
a store full with toys. Like, come on. That's
What was the
amazing.
giraffe's name again? I
Jeffrey.
forget.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey the giraffe. He's gonna be looking for a job now. That sucks.
Yes.
And there's a Trump in this Trump economy. I thought everybody was gonna get a job.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Soon enough, Santa's going to get caught in a scandal. We won't have that either.
We'll have Eddie.
He cheated
That's
on
right.
Mrs. Claus.
Yes,
With
exactly. Yes.
He's sexually
He slid
on-
down my chimney. You know, soon that's going to happen. So, yeah, might as well just end it.
Sexually abused one of the
Yes.
elves and stuff. Like it's gonna get really out of hand, man. Our childhood is going away, man.
It sure is.
And
man.
it's unfortunate because what childhood is the future gonna have?
Well, that's the thing. There was a question that was debated, and when I was walking around, they asked, being that technology is out now, do you think that it's taking over the creative minds now?
Absolutely.
Think about it, you had building blocks, you had all these things,
Absolutely.
Lego.
hopscotch. There's nobody even double dutching anymore in the street.
That's not true. I know
haven't
somebody
seen it.
that opened a double Dutch center, and they have a lot of kids.
One.
No, but what they're
see what I'm
saying,
saying?
but he's
One
getting to a
person,
point.
right.
He has
Like
to a
Amelie.
point.
Remember, used to
Used to be
have that
every
in the
block.
what the hell was the thing in the streets?
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch, shit like that.
Yeah.
Every block there used to be one. People used to draw it on the street.
Right.
So they
But
could
I
draw it.
also feel like nowadays the kids are way smarter. I see little 1 and 2 year olds working on
This is true,
iPad or a
because
phone,
it's
and I'm like,
electronics.
hold on one
They're
second.
born into the technology.
Right,
Yeah,
they're born into
yeah.
it. We weren't born into it. Like literally, the technology we had was an etch a sketch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
I
look
mean,
at
but that makes them tech smarts. Where the people's
Exactly.
skills?
There's none.
Can they have conversation?
No.
Can they look
Yes.
you in the face when they're
Yeah.
talking? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different.
It won't be able to.
It's scary. And then they say with the closing of Toys R Us is going to definitely hamper Legos, which has been,
Yes.
I mean, Legos have been around forever, and Barbies.
Jesus.
So,
That's
yeah,
just
man. So it's just
so
sad
crazy to
news,
me.
man. Like, when I saw that, I was like, no more Toys R Us ever in the U.S.?
And
Did you not see the
mind you-
icon of Barbie crying?
Yeah.
Barbie was literally losing money. They were losing money like millions of dollars a year.
I know. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
they're
but-
making like weirdo Barbies now. Sexual harassment work Barbie. they're like trying to
Do
go
you
like.
remember back in the day when
Me
they came
Too
out with
Barbie?
the pregnant
I know, right?
Barbie? Remember the pregnant
I
Barbie?
remember
That
the
was a
pregnant-
big
yes, I
thing.
do.
Wow.
That was a
There was a
big
pregnant
thing.
Barbie.
It was
16 and
very-
pregnant Barbie. Yes.
It was controversial.
I can't.
Remember that? And you could remove their
Yeah,
stomach.
and you see the baby.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Shout out to Shamari's social ass. Convos are overrated. Unbelievable.
Oh God.
Wow. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I think I'm getting tired of this wokeness. This wokeness has gotten out of hand, man. We'll talk more about that when we get back. Sunday morning breakfast.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
I'm getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me, we are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plato and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then,
Hey,
Hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad O'Clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Today, my new dad threw a barbecue.
Today, my new son and I threw a barbecue.
There were burgers and chicken.
I burnt everything. The burgers, the chicken, the salad.
They were delicious.
They were awful.
And then we had watermelon.
I'm allergic to watermelon.
And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window, Mrs. Wakeham's window, Mrs. Wakeham's windshield, and then somehow my hand. My hand!
And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. Call us at 516-900-2278. So this week. There's been this this viral video going around. So there's this show on YouTube called The Grapevine. Okay, it's actually a pretty good show. It's essentially a whole bunch of people talking on a round table about certain topics. Really dope show.
Like us?
Yeah, no. There's like 20 people in the room as opposed to just 4.
Jesus.
But
5. We never forget about you, Boris.
But I'm sorry. Yes. But this,
when he's here,
I'll be sure. I'll be sure. Yes. But there was this topic this week which is really annoying, and it goes back to this. I don't want to call it a generational thing, but this idea that Bruno Mars is appropriating black culture. Okay, just because he won the Grammys for his album.
I thought he was black.
Well, no, I think he's
Mexican,
he's
Puerto
Rican, Filipino.
Yeah.
He's a whole bunch of things. Yeah. Okay,
all of them being
black.
Of color.
Okay.
Right. So let me play the clip of this woman going off about how Bruno Mars is appropriating black culture.
I hate this guy. The reason why I fucking hate Bruno Mars is because, yes, Bruno Mars 100% is a cultural appropriator. He is racially ambiguous. He is not black at all, and he plays up his racial ambiguity to be able to do what Jameer says, cross genres and go into different places. And you guys are bringing up Michael Jackson. Number one, me personally, I don't even think that Michael Jackson now in this day and age will be able to get to the point that he got to previously.
Facts.
And a huge part of that is because people have realized that they prefer their black music and their black culture from a non-black face. Absolutely. And you have, so I'm talking, so you can because I'm talking right now. And in a lot of different ways, we have artists now that are much more willing to step into quote unquote black genres that were not willing to do it when, they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to be in black music. Black music was seen a certain type of way. We've reached a point now where hip hop recently surpassed rock and roll as the most listened to genre in the United States. Black American culture has reached a certain point in this time period that it was not at when Michael Jackson was popping. People had to campaign to get Michael Jackson's videos played on MTV.
MTV.
We are not in that.
All right, so let me just stop it there. There's more to it, but let me just stop it there. You're making 2 different arguments.
Yes.
On black music and the fact that Michael Jackson wasn't being played to Bruno Mars appropriating black music. First off, this whole idea that Bruno Mars is appropriating black music. At the end of the day, I thought it was all about whether the music was good or not. Is that fair to say? And let me ask you, what is Bruno Mars supposed to do? Okay, so the guy can write, he can dance, he can sing, he
can take cocaine,
he can. Thank you, Carl. Thank you.
He just looked kind of high in that last one.
He can write, he can sing, he can dance, he can perform his ass off. So with all that talent, is it fair to say, with everybody in this room, is it fair to say that you would call Bruno Mars talented?
Of course. And I don't even like him, and I could agree with that.
So what is he supposed to do with his talent then?
Here's the thing.
Sing Spanish music?
I guess, yes.
But regardless of what, for reasons you just said, and most importantly, unlike certain people, your Justin Timberlakes of the world, etc., Bruno Mars actually gives credit to where his musical influences are from.
Absolutely.
Period. Okay? Like, again, if you want to use this whole argument and you don't mention Justin Timberlake, you're full of shit. That's like getting bullied and you decide to fight back, but you hit the dude next to you and not the actual bully.
Right, yes.
Like, no. The bully right there. Go handle that.
And in one of his Grammy speeches, didn't he thank Teddy Riley for like the New Jack Swing
Mind
and the
you,
sound?
he has the damn, what were the dudes with Prince? Morris Day and them.
Yes.
He has them performing with him. And he's paying them.
Right.
Unlike a certain person who took Marvin Gaye samples and decided he didn't know who Marvin Gaye was.
I mean, all right, let's continue on.
Time period right now, so that's even a false equivalency to even try to bring up Michael Jackson's career and compare that to Bruno Mars. And I also want to say that Bruno Mars is not an original artist in the same way that Michael Jackson was an original artist, in the same way that Prince was an original artist. What Bruno Mars does is he takes pre-existing work and he just completely
It's not true.
word recreates it, extrapolates it. He does not change it. He does not improve upon it. He does not make it better. He's a karaoke singer. He's a wedding singer. He's the person you hire to do Michael Jackson and Prince covers. Yes,
Really?
Bruno Mars has an album of the year Grammy, and Prince never won an album of the year
Wow.
Grammy. So how you gonna say?
Wow.
So how you gonna say? People that are originators in the funk genre, that are originators in the R&B, the New Jack Swing. Bobby Brown and New Edition don't have no album of the year Grammy.
They didn't get
Bruno
along.
Mars got that Grammy.
All right, so let me just stop it there, because when you bring up Bobby Brown and Grammy, first of all,
she sounded like druggy Whitney.
let me just say this: her name is Seren Sensei, okay, and Seren Sensei. Excuse me if I get your name wrong. I'm appropriating your name there. I guess I don't know. But here's the deal, okay. This idea that everybody's been influenced by music. And if you're going to say that Michael Jackson made original music, that's not necessarily true. He didn't write all his songs.
Yes, ask Quincy Jones.
Ask Quincy Jones. He didn't write his own song.
Hello.
Whereas Bruno Mars has written for himself and other artists. And I'm pretty sure you're a Beehive girl, and he's written for Beyonce as well.
Don't assume.
I don't care.
I mean,
I don't care about your color, the color of your skin. Blue Eyed Soul. You have your
Of
Hall &
course.
Oates. You have your Bobby Caldwells of the world,
course.
etc. If you happen to be white and you enjoy R&B music and you sing it and you pay homage, and Hall & Oates did so much for drugged up, what's his name? David Ruffin and them. It's
they
unbelievable.
always shout out the Philadelphia sound. Always.
So again, I have no issue with that. Where I have issue with, if you steal, take, and never give back. Like, this is why we're so pissed off at Justin Timberlake, because when it was his time to give back to the Janet Jackson thing, he didn't. He continued to take.
Okay.
So now if you don't give back to it, that's where we call you out. This is nonsense. Bruno Mars is a man of color at the end of the day.
Right. Who's actually giving credit to his people, the people before
So he
him.
got to look like Shaka Zulu to sing R&B?
Right, yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
It's
Like only black people can sing R&B.
But
No.
this also goes to this whole wokeness thing. Like this generation of these kids who are they're woke and they're trying to be part of the culture and they understand the oppression of certain people in music. And so like, how old were you when Bobby Brown came out? I don't remember you
I don't
watching.
think she was alive.
You weren't around for
She wasn't
Ghost
growing her
Brothers.
Gumby out like me, okay?
I'm not saying that you have to be around to appreciate the music because listen, I wasn't around when Marvin Gaye was popping, but I love
doubt.
Marvin.
But
Stevie
speak
Wonder.
on shit you know.
Right, exactly.
right.
Like this idea that New Edition doesn't have a Grammy. I bet you can't even name the track listing off of a great New Edition
If she
album.
can give me more than Can You Stand the Rain?
And Candy Girl.
Thank you.
Right.
Kathleen Duke says she loves to use big words and not understand the meaning.
Yes.
This is also very
Yo,
factual.
did we talk about that off air?
She's definitely the convict from A Living Color. Definitely.
Yes.
Like I
Easily.
saw somebody on Living Hip Hop use superfluous, and
Right.
I'm like, listen.
And listen, and this idea that you want to and you're fighting the wrong battle.
Yo,
Like,
shout out to my man Grindr. She need to be pushed out of a window appropriately.
like you're so hyped about this whole You cannot like Bruno Mars. I could get
And
it.
that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But to then attack him by saying he's appropriating black music when look at his band. Like,
but my thing is, listen to the music of today, particularly hip hop and
oh
R&B.
my God.
How bad it is. Again, I put up a post yesterday. Most of your R&B singers sound like Ja Rule.
Right.
Okay? And your rappers can't even rap. But Bruno Mars is the
Bruno Mars is
that's
the
who you
problem.
targeting?
That's the person that you
Right.
that's the person you have a problem with. Yes.
And
right.
you basically have a problem with him because he's not black. He's good at what he does. Like, you sound crazy.
I just dare this girl to go into a room. I want 24 Karat Magic bumping as loud as hell, and I dare you not to at least move. Because like, you can't deny good music. And like you mentioned, you have the Bobby Caldwell, you have the Michael McDonald's.
You gonna tell Michael McDonald he can't sing black music?
I mean, come on.
Listen, that song, it wasn't him,
Patti
Patti
LaBelle.
LaBelle.
You better
believe it was.
Oh, yes.
What, with the beard?
Yes. Patti had that 80s
Yo,
going on.
but he gave you regulators.
Yes.
Y'all wouldn't have regulators
Yeah.
without Michael McDonald. Don't do that.
I think it's just picking the wrong fight. Like you're arguing over something that, like you're targeting the wrong person. Okay, and like you could not be a Bruno Mars fan, but then to insinuate that he steals just say he steals black music word for word.
He's a man of color. It's all good.
But not even that. What proof do you have that he's stolen music? How many people has he written for? How many hits has he written for?
You had to force Elvis to say where he got his influences
Of
from.
course, I mean,
Okay?
Force.
So you're basically telling me Bruno Mars is the equivalent of Elvis?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I know who is the equivalent of Elvis. We've said his name several times
my
today
God.
during this telecast.
And
Yo, shout out to him too. He put out an album where he strayed from his R&B roots.
Who is this? Oh, Justin Timberlake?
Correct.
But
How's
you
that
said
doing?
it was good.
I liked it.
Yeah, you said
I
it.
didn't listen.
A lot of people didn't. Hasn't sold.
Don't be like
It
that.
hasn't sold.
Well, it's not about these days. It's different. It's like if I'm not saying
No,
it needs to sell.
Well, again, with the exception of having the MTV hype machine behind
Of
you
course.
and TRL and all that shit,
Right.
and the music being what it is, and Pharrell and Timbaland ain't all over it,
Right.
you don't sell.
Right.
Period.
I mean, Pharrell is on the album and Timberlake's on the album, and it's a pretty good album. It's just I think music is definitely digested a different way now than it was years ago. It's all about streams. Everybody has Apple Music or Spotify or
Did
Tidal.
he give credit to what's the dude from Atlanta for that song he stole?
What song was that?
Boris. What was the record he stole?
Oh, it was not. That was not the Childish Gambino song.
It wasn't the Childish Gambino song?
No, it was not the Childish Gambino song.
The audience, I asked you to listen to this album.
okay.
There's a song on it. This Justin Timberlake
It's
album.
it's the Filthy song. It's called Filthy.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
Yo, I sound like a member of NSYNC the way you know this album.
Yo, but first of
No,
all,
no,
but
Lance
Justin
Fatone.
Timberlake
yes.
doesn't have good songs.
No, we're not saying he doesn't.
Okay,
We're not saying he
that's
doesn't.
not like some of
what
his
I'm
music.
saying, yes, you can. That's fine and dandy. But again, he does thief shit. He does shit that this girl's accusing Bruno of doing. Period.
Okay, fair
Acknowledge
enough.
that. That's what he does.
I think he's the same as where. Can he dance? Can he sing?
Yes.
Yes. Like I can't. So what are
I
you
think
talking?
Justin is talented.
I think he's a talented dude. I think Robin Thicke is more of
Robin
the.
Thicke.
He stole
Robin
a
Thicke.
song.
No, he stole those Marvin Gaye records,
that we
no
were
doubt
all
about it.
dancing to, though. Let's be fair.
Oh,
I
Blurred
love-
Lines is a great record. Blurred
Yeah.
Lines that year and Get Lucky from Daft Punk
Right.
were the records of that year.
Yes.
What are we talking about? 2014, 13
something around
maybe?
there, something around there, right.
Okay.
Yes.
That goes without saying.
Right.
Just don't act like Gots to Give It Up ain't the sample. That's all.
Now that's
all.
what I never heard this
I
song
literally
before.
walked in on him in my pocketbook stealing, and he told me he didn't know what the hell I'm talking
That was
about.
the whole Vanilla Ice thing. The dun dun
Come
dun
on.
dun 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 dun
yeah.
dun dun dun.
Come
dun 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 dun. It's two different songs. Two absolutely different songs.
Again, y'all be stealing.
To
Just
be
admit it.
but to be fair, did you see the Pharrell deposition where Pharrell himself was the same person to say, "Well, we use minor chords and they were using major chords." He was in the same boat as Robin, though.
Yeah, call them all out for it. That's not a problem.
Right. I think listen, Justin Timberlake, I think makes great music. I really like this first album.
But he definitely takes from others. Again,
Yeah,
on this album alone, there's a Childish Gambino sample that I'm not sure is credited.
I don't
Myself
think
and Boris, we were in the
Yes,
studio with
yes,
you.
yes. And
We
we
heard
put-
it. We both fell out the chair.
Right.
Both of us.
right.
Boris took his glasses off for the first time.
What was that?
What? Like, yo, he's really just going to take Childish Gambino?
But I think, you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, Justin Timberlake would have been a much more appropriate subject to attack than Bruno Mars.
Easily.
I mean, the fact that Bruno Mars is, just like, what is he supposed to do? He's not supposed to perform now. Like, he's not supposed to dance. He's not supposed to sing. He's not
And
supposed
she
to
was
wrait.
saying it with conviction too.
Yeah, she
like,
was.
Yeah, and this idea, and that's what I mean. Like,
talking
as this generation, like you're fake woke over. Like, I'm getting tired of the word woke now. Like, who are you fighting?
Yeah, it's kind of like Slay. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Whoa, we'll never get tired of that.
We'll
Beano,
never ever get
Beano
tired
Sweet
of
Mama, Sweet Mama calls her pseudo-intellectual.
And it's like I mean,
it's what she is.
You're attacking a person that is unwarranted. Why weren't you complaining when projects before?
Yeah, she was all over the place.
Well, you don't know. She
Before
wasn't
the-
complaining. She doesn't. We don't know that. We
already know.
To be fair, it's
the
on
video
one clip.
that- yeah.
Fair.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fine.
It's fair enough. It's that's fine. But did she have a problem with John B? I mean,
Woo!
put John B on right now.
Listen.
John B.
Put John B on right now.
John B.
Yes.
Again,
he got it.
Much like anything, you got white people who
don't
give more
know.
credit to the actual art form. Shit, right now, white rappers, most of them you hear ain't sitting here mumbling, making a mockery of the genre.
Right.
No,
It's true.
It is
and
what it is.
And a lot of
It's
them
true.
have given respect to the ones that come before.
So
them.
in 20 years, when they dominate, like how they dominate rock, don't say nothing.
Right.
Because y'all gatekeeping and y'all letting these Negroes come in and all this other bullshit. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is.
That Bone Thugs were doing back in '95.
Oh,
They were
gosh,
doing
yes.
it. They were doing it on a way higher
I've
level.
never
than
heard
Fully
this before.
understood nothing
listen
what
to
the hell they were
Crossroads.
saying.
Yeah,
It's true.
like you never heard the
I know what
triplet.
the hell
You
they
never
were
heard
saying
No,
the
back in
like
the
the
day.
first 30 seconds of Crossroads and the chorus.
That's it.
Don't do that. They had harmony. They was
No, they
singing.
had good
had
songs. We just
talent.
didn't understand
I
the
understand what you're saying. I just don't understand the lyrics. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You think of
Yo,
me?
shouts to
Like,
MSG.
come on, man.
The MSG had something
I
similar.
got you. They'll shut
R&B.
us
yeah,
up.
they
They'll
might
shut
shut
us
us
up.
off.
They'll shut us up.
MSG had a little concert with all the R&B singers. They had they were
And
Yeah,
John
last
B.
night.
And John B. was on.
Yeah.
I
Last
went
night.
there. Oh, you
went
talking
to
about
No, last
MSG?
night.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
last
MSG?
night.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
now.
John B.
Genuine
John B. was on the list, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Genuine. All the.
And they've all.
Next.
I mean,
Yeah.
who are you fighting?
Yo, so hold up, yo. Let me read some of these comments. So
Yeah.
Maya B, says they all steal. It's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Mama though says that.
DeAndre says he
Leadership.
wrote for Adele. I guess talking about Bruno Mars, Goody Mob, Melanie Fiona, Damian Marley, Brandy,
again-
Nina Sky, Alicia Keys, Lloyd.
But he's appropriating. He
appropriated,
appropriated
yeah.
those words when he wrote them.
No,
Like, are
he
you
was
kidding me?
ghostwriting like a-
He
yeah,
wrote
he was
for
good.
CeeLo. I mean, come on.
He's the R&B version of-
He wrote "F you."
Yeah.
Correct. CeeLo.
Correct.
Wow.
CeeLo Green. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, where did he take that from? 'Cause I
Yeah.
remember
Well, he looked-
James Brown back in the day
Yeah.
had a
He looked, he,
Cameron,
looked in the
yes.
lyrics, he looked in the lyrics of Percy Sledge and was like, hold on, it's right here.
Yes, F you. I remember Percy
He's like
Sledge
the
singing that.
Kanye West of R&B.
Like, come on. Yo, I mean, you can't play this and not. I mean, and like you mentioned, you Bobby Caldwell. I remember there was a clip recently of somebody discovering that Bobby Caldwell was white.
Oh, that shit kills me.
Like,
That shit hurts.
I mean, but Bobby Caldwell sang his ass off. Michael McDonald,
Kenny
Hall-
Loggins.
What is
Hall
Bobby
and
Caldwell
Oates.
sing?
What do for love?
Yeah,
What you won't do for love?
it was his whole, it was a one hit.
You know the record. It was a huge hit.
Mayor
Like,
Hawthorne.
Mayor Hawthorne's a beast.
Man, I mean,
A
come
beast.
on, man. Like, get out of here. Just because they do R&B music. So I just want to, like, the gatekeepers of music these days. Like, how do you even qualify for that now these days? I don't understand.
What about Tina Marie?
Tina
Like,
Marie.
what do you say about that? Like,
Oh.
so you're gonna tell you're gonna say like Tina Marie she shouldn't sing because she's a white woman? Like Tina, she blew.
Yeah.
She held her
Blue.
own with
What?
With
that coked up ass. I'm sorry.
Rick James,
Rest
yes.
in- right, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Like we're talking about
was cold
like
as ice.
classics.
This is
Any chance in hell that this type of music coming back? Wow.
Seriously.
I mean, come
that-
on.
that's
Talk about devils.
Yeah.
Talk about
Angels. The
appropriate.
two of you, yes.
You know,
Definitely gonna bring
Yo.
R&B downhill.
right here, we get it.
I'm about to put
Any
Ray
chance
J
that
on.
R&B?
Get it after the show. Nobody want to hear.
See, how are you mad at people like Bruno Mars, but you're not upset at people like Ray J? we let Ray J live. We let Cuckoo Cal live.
Ricardo says, "How about the other side, Jimi Hendrix?" That's where you're wrong, because
No.
rock and roll is on music too.
Rock and roll
It
is-
just got taken. So Jimi Hendrix doing rock and roll isn't weird.
I
No,
love
yeah.
when people say, "Well, we
Look at
came,
this shirt.
we came
You
up with
bought
rock
that
and roll."
shirt?
Yes, I did.
Whoa! He's got a shirt other than the T-Mobile shirt.
Yes.
What?
Show this off here.
Yes.
And this is a nice
God.
shirt at that.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Very well done, sir.
Thank you. Jimmy.
It's got to be sponsored by T-Mobile. They must be having a new Jimi Hendrix
Yeah,
phone coming out.
exactly,
or something.
yes.
It's sponsored
It's
by
gotta
Charge
be.
A.
Now, Jimi Hendrix did not take white. Like rock
No,
is
he
not.
didn't. Yes, that's actually ours too.
Rock is actually black.
But soon they'll be
music.
saying the same thing about hip hop. Keep
Yeah.
keep mumbling, kids.
Yeah.
Keep up with the mumbling, guys. Good job.
What's the that movie where they talked about chess records?
Oh, Cadillac Records.
Cadillac
Yes.
Records.
That was a
Remember
great
a scene where the Rolling Stones were coming out the car and they ran into Muddy Waters? They said, "Oh man, we love your stuff."
Man, that movie almost made me cry in front of Sweet Mama B.
I love that. That's one of my favorite movies.
That movie hurt me, man. I ain't
So
gonna lie
ask
to you.
yourself this: a lot of your classic rock and roll bands, whether it is the Beatles, whether it is the Rolling Stones, whoever it may be, they got their influences from black artists.
I want to say it
Chuck
was
Berry.
Mick
I mean, come
Chuck
on.
Berry, Little Richard.
Mick Jagger stayed in Jamaica, I think stayed in Jamaica for a long time to record. I think it was Mick Jagger. Like, they get their inspiration not only from Americans but West Indians too.
Bob Marley,
yeah,
like, come on.
They engulf themselves in culture to get it, but they also pay homage.
But even I was about to say, Europeans are big on that because even Amy Winehouse.
absolutely.
If you remember one of her first records here, she mentioned
Yes.
who did she mention? On the I'm not gonna stop doing drugs record. I can't think of who she mentioned. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. She said she's gonna die like somebody, like one of those old soul artists. Like they know what time it is.
Right. And look at the song out now with Sting and Shaggy.
Yeah, what a weird combo, by the way.
I don't know how.
I'm Sting playing Every Breath You Take and thinking, it wasn't me, guys. Perfect for this.
I gotta give a shout out to him, man.
He's like the weirdest thing.
But I think the song is a hit, though. I think
he's still making
pretty well.
That one song, Shaggy don't ever have to breathe again on his own. if you know
Shaggy
what I mean.
admitted that it was him though recently. Y'all seen that on me? Y'all seen that post?
Yes. Finally, he has admitted. Yes, it was me. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at some viral videos. Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back.
It feels like you're frozen, petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments. The bills begin to pile up. Not knowing what to do, you do nothing at all. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because if you take action, if you do something about your mortgage problems, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov and do something about your mortgage problems. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
All right, the Sunday morning breakfast radio show. Call us live 516-900-2278. Where should we start off? All right, so there was this incident that had gone on a radio station out in where was this? DMV area?
DC, yes.
That's in the DMV area.
93.9 KYS.
Okay, so I'm not really familiar with these hosts. I know Danny Starr is, I guess she's one of the co-hosts within the show. Then there's DJ 5'9",
who I went to college with. Yes.
Okay, and then there's also Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And so in this clip, I guess they basically ambushed her. So essentially, she was looking for a babysitter.
A nanny.
A nanny. And I guess the woman was too attractive for her to hire.
She told them on a few shows earlier that she didn't hire the woman because she was too attractive and didn't want her around her husband, who has a history of cheating.
Oh, okay. All right, let's play it.
Very beautiful. You don't have to come in here. No, you don't get to tell me what I get to do today. The two of y'all can kiss my ass. No, for real. Kiss my ass. The two of y'all have no idea. Sweetheart, I'm not gonna make this about you. Because
You're not gonna flip this on us because it is about her.
You can be quiet for a second.
Speak to her.
Because I'm talking.
Go ahead.
Okay? I'm not gonna make this about you, baby girl, because this is not. But what I do with my household and what I choose to do with my household is nobody's concern. Right. And what I choose to bring up to my co-host and to the world, I did not use your name. I did not do anything. Because you put it out there. So now that you put it
So
out
they
there,
have. So the woman who I guess interviewed for the position is
They
there.
brought her on,
They
yeah.
brought her on
Without letting Danny know.
Danny know, and basically said they essentially called it discrimination because she was good looking.
To be clear, I never said it was you, and I never responded to you. So your ego made you think that you were the only pretty girl that slid in my DMs, sweetheart.
No, it's not just my ego. You know what I'm saying? And even if I'm not the only pretty girl, let me state on National Women's Day that I will speak up for all the pretty girls that slid in my DMs because you feel like no, you're not going to hire a pretty girl because of your insecurities. So let's get that straight this morning.
Okay, so this goes on for minutes and minutes and minutes, but the overall consensus that they were wrong for basically ambushing her.
Danny wound up quitting.
Okay.
On air. I guess she came back the next day.
Because I think the other two got suspended.
Yes, Kathy Hughes got involved. Speaking of that radio movie back in the day, Kathy Hughes got involved and she suspended the two dudes.
Wow.
Yes, it was a whole to-do.
Well,
so,
they were definitely wrong for that. I don't know.
Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. First of all, sitting at this table with you guys for well over a year, I'm not ambushing anybody I work with because it's not
right.
funny.
Yeah.
No.
And at the end of the day, when the mic turned off, we still have to speak to each other.
Right.
I don't ever want it to be a time where the mic turns off and I'm like, I got to get out of here because I can't stand them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That leads to that. And number two, she could do whatever she wants with her household. She's absolutely correct. If I don't want you around my man, my household, whatever, I don't have to hire you. So you came on to get some airtime. That's a problem. You came on to get some airtime to get your point across, but she never publicly stated it was you.
But let me ask this question though: are they wrong because they thought it was fair game because she brought it up on air previously?
But she never mentioned the person's name.
I know she never mentioned the
Guilt,
person's
yeah.
name, but the fact that she did bring up the issue on air before,
Then you can
does it
bring
now-
up no. Then you can bring up the issue.
Yes.
Once
Not
you
the
bring the
person.
person in and all that shit,
It's
you
her
got to
personal.
understand something. All right, boom. Take us for example. You remember how I wanted to snuff that blood when he came here and got crazy during the Christmas party?
yeah.
Like, you're not going to come into our home and violate us.
Right.
And I'm not going to bring anyone to come into our home and wild out. It's
Right.
just, it's wrong to do that if you're a quote unquote team.
Right.
With us especially, I take it personally because I'm friends with all of you.
Right.
Like, all of you didn't know each other before doing the show.
Right.
I knew all of you before doing the show. So, like, it's a business relationship and a personal one at that. Now, again, like Crystal's saying, whatever I do in my house, as long as I'm not hurting anybody, is my goddamn business.
Absolutely, right.
Period.
Absolutely.
If I discuss it and you have an opinion of it, that's one thing, and that's fine and dandy.
Right.
But for you to extend it to the point where you're bringing people to set me up and all this shit, like the girl was right to be pissed off. What do you mean?
But let's talk about the bigger issue here. Now, is it discrimination if you don't want to hire somebody because they're too good looking?
You got to prove it.
No. Who's the damn HR in the house?
That's
Right, it's my house.
This isn't a company.
Supply.
Do you have an HR representative in the Preach household?
No, not at all.
In the Stout household?
No.
In the T-Mobile household?
Oh, we do have.
We do have a HR. Basically, the woman
That
is
would be correct.
Essentially, yes.
And at
She's
the end
the
of
HR.
My sister.
right.
My sister's HR.
You can say, listen, I'm looking for a babysitter, right? A nanny. I want my nanny to be West. If somebody American applies, I'm being prejudiced. It's my household. I want this specific person to be in my household.
People want their nannies old and West Indian and African and European. You want your nannies to barely speak English,
right?
Okay, that's what you want. I don't need my nanny being an IG model.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
changing my
But-
baby and got the IG pictures.
Yes,
all up.
But
Like, please.
what if she's perfectly qualified though? What
it
if
doesn't
she's
matter. I don't want her in my household. It's
Yeah,
my
talking to the mic,
household.
talking to the mic.
Yeah, it's my household. I don't want her in my household. Like at the end of the day, and I feel like people.
You don't. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt. You don't want her there because she's too good looking, and you're scared of what your
absolutely
man
not.
might do,
No, this is my thing. If I were to have children, I would want somebody a little bit older. I'm West Indian. I would want a West Indian woman in there. I want somebody that's not addicted to social media because I don't want you putting up pictures of my house. A lot of people, I see a lot of people. I'm telling you.
These people be scamming.
And on top of that, I've seen a lot of like daycare workers and like kindergarten teachers having like pictures of the kids.
Yeah.
Why are my kids in your phone? Like this is an issue. I don't want you like.
But you can set the ground. But you can set the ground rules before or as you hire her. You can say, "Listen, all right, you seem like you qualify."
I mean, that's what to say. There's a chance they may not listen.
No, I understand that. But there's always a chance with that. I know of a nanny with a family member who. Like she would sleep, and she was an older West Indian woman.
Yeah, that's fair.
And she would sleep for like a few hours.
Okay, but even on the aspect of I don't want an attractive person because my mate may cheat or whatever. Even if you trust your mate, for example, if you have a clean house, you still ain't leaving food out on the counter unattended, right? Right. Because you don't want to attract roaches.
Of course.
I mean, it's the same mentality.
Same mentality.
And on top of that, stop. Because did you see the person that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Thank you. She's not a good looking woman. Thank you. What was Arnold thinking?
Like Arnold, like at the end of the day, it can happen. And I'm saying that because it can happen with anybody. It doesn't
And she
have to
looked like
be-
the maid from Family Guy.
It doesn't have to be somebody that you think.
No.
It doesn't have to be somebody that you think your mate would like. At the end of the day, I'm so sorry.
So there's no nanny then.
couple
so
things.
you're saying if she's unattractive or attractive, either way, there's a chance your man might cheat on her anyway.
It's a couple of things. There's a couple of things. Keep this in mind. She's a radio personality. That's one. Okay, so she's already attracted to the media. Anybody. I'm not going to trust anybody because I want to get a plug, get put on, or probably get something. I'll try to use that to make my way out.
Right.
That's one. Two, there's already a history of the guy cheating.
Well, yes. And now,
okay.
Well,
so that's
the problem. I get. If you've had roaches before,
yeah, you are not leaving the damn cake out. Yes,
your cake out again. Right. Yes.
So that's it right there.
Musclehead, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. It's not discrimination. It's my house.
It's not discrimination. She has a freedom of expression. First of all, she's putting on her platform, her page, or whatever she wants.
Right.
And she's not calling anybody out. You're free to do it. It's called creative expression for a reason.
Sweet Mama says, I learned a lot from my grandmother. I want elders keeping my kids. Maya B says, it doesn't matter why I don't want her there. I said no, that's it.
I said no.
I said no.
Okay, Maya B.
I'm just saying.
Maya B says, set her up on the radio if you want.
So, but okay, so let's what do we say to the faction of attractive women out there who genuinely like taking care of kids, who like being around kids, and who are actually good at it? Are we now telling them, well, you know what, you're too good looking to do that job?
No.
If someone wants to hire you, that's fine.
That's fine.
But
I
if
just
someone doesn't, that's part of the break too.
I think the majority of people, majority of couples, and I don't want to take this as a shot at women, but I think there's something to, okay, you might be a little bit intimidated if there's an attractive woman walking around your house watching your kids, and your husband might be held alone.
Of it happening already.
Did you see the picture of the girl? She doesn't look better than the mother.
Okay.
She doesn't, to me, in my opinion.
Right.
Beauty
but
is,
there's so many Hollywood stories of women,
it's-
of men sleeping with the nanny.
Okay, that's fine and dandy. But again, beauty is objective.
Of course.
Absolutely.
So let's not everyone get gas here and think the reason I'm not hired is because I'm so fucking good looking.
Right.
That's not
Right,
the truth here.
right,
At the end of the day.
So we're basically saying you gotta hire old, wrinkly.
To minimize the chances of it happening again?
I want an old West Indian
I'm
woman
just saying
named
that's how I
Alberta
want
in my
my
house.
that's how I want my
okay?
nanny.
You want your
That's how I
nannies
want my nannies.
using
That's all.
wood spoons. That's
Yes, and I
That's
want
all.
my nanny would come in with a big pot that her
Exactly.
great grandmother gave her to feed my kids some rice and
Exactly.
peas. Sorry.
If that's the
I don't
case,
know,
you're
you know
discriminating
what?
against old women to get a job set.
Musclehead might have a point because that's
It's a
like
double edge.
because you're now then saying you're basing hiring somebody off of something physical.
So I'm old.
And
I can't
that's
get a job
the-
because I'm old.
How many people get hired because they're good looking? It works both ways.
It
No,
does.
it
It's a
does.
double-edged sword.
You're absolutely
Such
right.
is life.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as the literal aspect of it, the legal aspect of it, we are now saying we are all agreeing and saying we agree that we don't want to hire somebody because of their physical look, which is by law discrimination.
Okay, so I'm 65 years old. And
It
I go
should
to
be
this
all
guy.
about qualifications.
No, I
Is
get
that
that.
correct?
I get that.
Right. It should. That's all it should be about is qualifications. I totally understand that.
When it comes to your family, the game changes.
Corinne, where are you, Corinne? Corinne, I need you
to.
to pop up on this feed, Corinne. How do you feel
Oh,
about
man.
this?
Oh, here we
That's
go.
what I
Here we
really
go.
need to know because you have.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble?
Because
Like, what-
you know what you're saying right now is a bunch of BS.
So you,
Corinne,
all right. So if it was a
Corinne.
man, right?
Okay. All right.
If it was a man,
Okay.
okay, and he comes in and he's the type that your wife's attracted to,
Okay.
That
would
boy
you be
is
comfortable
not
with it?
coming into your house.
Would you be comfortable with it?
If
He ain't coming in my house.
First of all,
He
what
ain't
is,
coming in my
how
house.
many? First of all, how many instances of Manny's are there?
It doesn't matter.
But it started
We-
again.
Right now,
Okay,
we're
that's
not-
why it's a hypothetical.
Game
Okay,
changer. It's a
okay.
game changer now.
Is it a game changer? I mean, if all right, well, here's the deal.
God forbid he takes pictures with his shirt off or takes pictures on Instagram.
Let's say
Oh!
let's say he cleans. Let's say he
Oh,
cleans
my
in his
God.
wife beater and he's chiseled. Let's say he cleans in his wife beater and he chiseled, and you come in one day
But wait,
and
but
see a
let's
little
look
bit
at
of the
coming in
skin.
my
hold on.
house.
But let's look at the job of a manny or a nanny. Okay, they're there to come when I'm leaving. They're coming to take
Not
care of the kids.
necessarily.
They should never really be together alone.
Not
Only when I'm
necessarily.
coming home
I put
to
cameras
relieve,
everywhere
to
now.
relieve
I'm
that person
sorry.
of his duties.
Corinne gets a half a day at work.
Okay, all right. She comes home early.
And he's out there dusting with his wife beater on.
Exactly. She
Why
gives,
are you-
she gives him a glass of
And his
lemonade.
shorts.
Why you got the Mr.
His
Clean
legs
man?
are-
Clean Why is he watching my kids?
Attractive. Okay,
Like-
see, why is he watching my kids? Exactly.
No, I'm just saying you're picking like the whole Mr. Clean shaking his ass in the commercial.
Maya B actually brings up Charles in Charge just to let
He
you
was a
know
good
this does
Manny.
take place.
He was a good Manny. He was a
Okay.
good Manny.
Bow, he was the man too.
Okay, wait, Stacy. Hi, Stacy.
But
We
I don't know
haven't
if
seen
there
you
was.
guys in a while.
I don't know if there's a, but
There's
there
a
was
wife.
there wasn't a mother
there was
or
a mother
wife.
there.
Yeah, there
There
was a
was a
mother.
mother
Well,
there.
hold on. Stacy says the girl claimed to be a model and a singer and an actress, etc. She has way too much going on and probably wanted to come up due to the mother being someone
I agree.
known. I'd want someone to focus on my child. Exactly.
I agree.
My whole thing is if she
There are
didn't hire
agendas.
you. First of all, why did you even go behind your co-host back to find the person she didn't
No,
hire?
that was
Some
dead
dirty
wrong.
shit.
Like, that's
that was
dirty.
great.
That's
was
why
great.
their asses got suspended the
No,
next
She
day.
got fired.
That was great.
Just got fired.
That was great.
Big Keith
Suspension is a
says,
gift.
chiseled or not, I'm cleaning my gun on a daily. So Big Keith says that's not going on.
I
a daily.
understand
no,
that,
no,
but
no.
then like you're
You didn't answer the question,
how
though.
how often are they home alone though? That's my thing. Like they're not home alone, just like
Okay,
watching.
what if Corinne says, you know what, the baby isn't feeling well, I'm coming home early, and he still hasn't finished his duties yet, and he's cleaning, he's washing your dishes,
And
he's
it's a
cleaning
hot
your
day,
stove.
your air conditioner's broken.
We got a call. We got to take
He's
the call
cleaning
first.
John B.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, it's your wife. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Corinne.
Hi, Corinne.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo.
How are you beautiful people calling from Philly, not the Dome?
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine. Who you gonna hire?
I'm not hiring anybody. What are you talking about? Who are you hiring? That was the question that was
Answer the
posed.
question. So, Corinne.
Apparently, you're hiring the Mr. Clean man.
Yes,
Well,
Crystal.
See, hello. Now, my whole thing is, if you had this person who on her resume has model, actress, blah, 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 and you say to them, listen, you decide not to hire them for any particular reason, do you want this young person in the house with your kids? That's all I'm asking.
Who I hire and not hire is up to my discretion. You're working in my house.
I understand that, but you're basically saying you're not hiring somebody because you're concerned with them physically and how they look physically. You know, back in the 60s, we couldn't drink from a water fountain because we were black.
Oh, here we go.
You know what I'm saying?
boy.
We can't sit. We had to sit in the back of a bus because people thought
On the road again.
you know what I'm saying?
You're
because we're
deflecting.
African Americans.
You're
You know what I'm saying?
IG model Parks over here. Yes, I'm sure.
Who's gonna be the Rosa
Yes.
Parks of the attractive nannies? That's the main question there.
It's not. No. You're mixing up discrimination. No, it's because if a dude comes to an interview wearing a wife beater, jeans, and Timbs, like he's not getting hired.
Okay, that's
Nah,
fair.
I mean, that's anybody. Like, why wouldn't you would have to? That's with anybody.
But what if he has an excellent resume? That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna hire
No,
him.
but let's say he. Okay, let me pose this question. Let's keep her on the line. Let's pose this question. Let's say he comes in appropriately, and he comes in fine attired, and he's in an interview where he's fine, and he acts all the credentials, but he's an attractive guy. Well, look, if he has the right credentials to watch my sons when I'm not there, then yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
When your voice
I'm gonna BS on that one.
Yo,
starts to
you
change
come
your
in and he's
language.
juggling your sons and wife, and that's cool. Yes,
You are
and Corinne,
full of
yes.
it. You see?
She even says she's full of it.
Up in octave when you said that. You're lying.
I'm not lying. All right, thanks for the call.
I swear, he's gonna walk into his wife and two sons being juggled.
Everybody gets it.
And he's
Even
gonna
the
be
wife
cool.
gets
He's
it.
gonna be
Click.
walking to. He's gonna walk into the man holding the kid, taking the kids to the park, taking selfies with the kid.
Yo,
No,
Come
first
on.
of all,
looking at you
I
on some I'm the captain now shit, and you're
First of
cool.
all, I would tell them, okay, there's no picture taking with my kids.
And you think they're gonna listen?
They're not gonna listen.
Why wouldn't
you
they
can't
listen?
control it because
Okay.
you're not there.
Okay,
They're gonna get
well,
one.
the
They need that
first
one
time-
picture.
The first time they do it, okay, then now you're fired. You're gone.
Well, off of your expense now, they got to come up. Remember, you're a
Off of
radio
my-
host.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
No,
Like,
think about it. Look at her position. As far as this story goes, the person has a history of being in the media.
That's not the same situation because she's attractive and you could tell she has other motives, like the whole singing and the
That's the
modeling,
premise.
so on and so forth.
Yes, Ziggs, he just hung up on his wife.
Yeah, he did.
did.
Everybody
Yes,
gets
he
it.
did.
Everybody
Yes,
gets
he
it.
did.
There's no discrimination there.
And he only did that because she's in Philly.
I know, right? Yeah, thank you for that. Well, I'm scared.
There's no discrimination.
She's on a 9-5 right now on her way back. Your Explorer's gonna crash through the studio.
G-Lex says you and Mrs. Preacher got a funny conversation letter.
Listen, all I'm saying is I don't think that we're essentially doing what our ancestors went through back in the 60s and 50s.
Negro, please.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't right.
Violin music.
And you know what? If there's an attractive woman or man out there who is qualified, okay, to watch your kids, then you should give them that shot.
You know what?
And if they're,
You are
and if they're
absolutely right.
And if they're professional enough to know that they shouldn't post any pictures on social media and just be respectful and don't walk around in a wife beater or what are those nun out? I mean, not a nun. What's the housekeeping outfits or anything like that? Then they can have a job.
When the day comes that you have to look for a babysitter or nanny, please let me set in on those interviews. Please, God.
And let it be
or
a
at least
nanny.
just FaceTime me.
He gonna come in. He gonna come in with a nanny that looks like Jeffrey the Butler. Okay, and she gonna have the Boris Kojo, and I'm here for this.
Yes.
I want to see how this works out.
It's gonna be totally
Maya
fun.
B has a great point. She says the fact that she came to the studio shows that she had other motives. Yes.
Yes.
Oh no, absolutely.
That's-
No. Like with that story itself, first of all, the nanny was wrong, the DJs were wrong. Like the whole situation outside of the Danny Star
Embarrassed her.
was they were all wrong.
Yo,
You could
who
listen
does?
to that.
Well, then
that was
again, I
grimy.
know one of them. I'm not surprised. Yeah.
That was grimy. All right, let's take a look at some viral videos. Where do we start? What's that one? Oh, I'm sorry. So you know what movie's coming out on Netflix? And I know somebody's gonna be really pissed about this. So Rachel Dolezal is getting a check from Netflix, and she has the trailer. Let's all watch the trailer of her new movie on Netflix. Play it.
Lord have mercy.
I'm here for this.
Are you?
Yes.
want to focus on this for the rest of my life.
That's her black son.
Do you think I do?
Well,
Where'd he get that hat?
why don't you just let it go away?
I'm from New York.
Not really.
If something gets destroyed, you have to rebuild it. You can't just pretend that it didn't happen and everything gets fixed.
Why does the documentary have to happen then, Mom? Why
It's called
couldn't you just done
rebuilding.
the book?
Harriet Tubman would said that.
This is gonna
Some
affect
people
more
read.
than just your life.
Love her
Some
hair.
people read.
She's still keeping it. Like she's still keeping the.
I'm not gonna lie to you. They don't sound like black people.
If somebody has hope, don't take that away from them because maybe that's all they have.
Trust me, it is going to bite me in the ass.
Oh.
She looks black there.
This book
Follow
coming out and this
the drinking
documentary might just backfire like everything else has
Wade
backfired.
in the water.
How do you want me to watch this?
I'm sorry.
His hat's backwards now. He's serious.
He has a fro, actually, nappy hair.
She's spoken in interviews.
His hair's not nappy. Yo, you are so horrible.
Your film, we're taking this risk. I'm putting my kids out there. I'm putting Esther out there.
Who's Esther?
And I'm trying to
The name of that hairstyle.
be the good
Stop it.
and keep, and then you're just like handing
this
it
is so
over to
horrible.
somebody who can
She looks
just,
like a Cash
be a
Money
wrecking ball.
video girl from back in the day.
She looks like she's mixed. She's
you
she's
working
like
with your
black.
ass?
She does look mixed though.
She can identify whatever she wants.
Guys, it's called
to
the
be
tan.
because it's
Oh,
her
sorry.
voice.
That's what it is? Okay.
But when it's put in the limelight, I don't
black
think
feet.
you should be.
Yo, look at her earrings. Like she's gone full black.
Yo, Grinder says Netflix is stabbing this into Monique's heart. We've got a real black woman. How about this Negro? What do you have to say now, Monique?
She's gonna get a $1 million deal.
Yo, this kid doesn't dress black. I'm sorry.
You sure? You got the hat to the back. Looking for the Yankee symbol.
He looks like an undercover Negro. I'm one of you.
Oh, he's biting nails too.
Nothing that I want people to know.
Ricardo says she's pulling a Bruno Mars.
Now that is something. That's something to fight over.
Kathleen says, "Isn't she white?"
She is white. Yes.
I don't give a shit. I'll be right there.
Yeah, me too.
So what do you guys after? What is,
Actually,
it's been 2 years since this whole story's come out. First off, are you guys?
I'll watch it.
Are you
I
guys
would
gonna
watch it,
watch it?
actually.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of interested.
Now let me ask you this question: would you watch this or Monique special?
I watch this.
I kind of will watch this.
I watch this.
It's kind of lonely for
Sorry,
Monique.
Crystal,
Sorry,
which one
Monique
would
is
you
kind of
watch?
lonely for her.
I'm not watching none.
You're not watching
Oh,
any
you're
of that?
so above
You're not.
everything.
You're not interested at all
I'm
at the
not.
story.
No, I'm not. I'm
her
really
life
not.
after the blackness has gone away.
She had already put out a book. If I cared, I would have bought the book and read it.
Nobody reads.
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
Reading.
Yeah.
Reading. Get out of here.
Or listen to the audio. Like I don't care. Like I heard she was braiding hair. I heard
Yeah,
she was,
clearly.
Black-
Look at
black
her
hair.
do there.
Black
Yes.
hair, actually, black hair.
Grinder says she's blacker than Stacey Dash. I have to agree.
Like you can identify with whatever you
I'm
want to
just
identify
saying.
with. Like I just
Vivian asks,
I
"Is the
welcome her
kid
home.
adopted or is it her
No,
own?"
I
I
think
think that's
that's
her
her
kid.
I don't think
The
that's
kid
her
looks like her.
kid.
The kid looks like her. He has a face. He has a facial features.
I just like one thing I will say is that even after all the shit that she got, like she's still keeping
working
the
hard.
black features.
I can't
with
knock
it.
it. Yes,
I'm with it.
the braids,
Yeah, she's keeping the braids are a bit much. Though, like.
the random old school saying.
Yeah.
You know, there's no hope in dope, son. Don't walk away from me. Get back here. Like, yo, you can't beat that.
I'm with it.
I'm just saying, like she's still. It's not like she's all right. Now I have to go to white attire. Like she probably still rocks dashikis and all that.
She probably went to Wakanda.
I know you know she loves Black Panther.
What?
She definitely
know
was.
she
Keep
loves
it
Black
down,
five
Rachel.
times.
The rest of us are trying to enjoy.
I'm not gonna lie. I was knocking it in the beginning, but as I was watching it, I'm kind of interested.
She
I'm
got up
interested.
and cried after Michael B. Jordan's last line. Yes, my ancestors bury me. Unbelievable. Shut up. I love her.
Oh man, I don't think. Listen,
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess I could get the comments from you guys. I'm not really.
you're not gonna watch it at all. Come
No.
on.
There's like gotta be a small.
Well, let's
No, I'm
but
not
be
interested.
fair. She didn't watch Martin either. So
Okay, that's fair.
let's just
Zig
be fair.
says she just has the worst case of jungle fever. I disagree.
No, I think
No,
it
I
ain't,
think
it
I
ain't
think
about
she-
black men. She
No.
like the
She's
culture.
Yeah, she
she's,
loves the culture.
she's in love with the culture.
This is appropriation, if you want to call it appropriation. Oh yeah, let's watch this one. So this one, so everybody got stuck at work and got stuck in traffic, and I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Let's say you're on your way to work, and on your way to work, you're stuck at a light. Mind you, you're gonna see the light turn green, but the only reason why there's traffic is because there's two women fighting.
Oh,
I love it.
Let's watch it.
I'm here for it.
fisticuffs.
I'm here for it.
No, you should be there.
Didn't know how to sell crack, I was giving that hard
And
away.
theme song in the back.
God, mute it.
Listen to my heart away.
Yeah, I can't listen to this.
I can't, yeah.
Yeah, this music making me.
That's how your rap sounds, but Bruno Mars is. Anyway.
What's on the floor?
That was a piece of her hair.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh,
They swinging, though.
light turn green though, which means
Nah, I'll probably be chilling for a little bit on dance,
Yeah,
though.
I will start it.
you have to get to work.
This is why. Like I just.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Look how slow they walk
Look at
into
this
that room.
captain.
What are you doing? Stop.
Come on, Queen, stop
Come
it.
on, stop, beloveds.
Come on now.
Beloved, that's their women.
Beloved, that's okay.
Oh,
Oh, she has a good one. That was a good hit. Protect
Ladies,
the
not on the car. Do not do it on the car.
Yo, that is the weak stop fight attempt I've ever seen in my life.
He was at the tank, that's why.
Hey guys.
Mind you, look how big both of them are.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, well, come on. Like this is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they're enjoying
Nah,
it.
they were kind
Hell
of.
yeah.
They definitely
First of all,
enjoyed it.
they weren't enjoying it. Everybody around them were enjoying it because they could have went easily around and
You
went
know
to work.
that bothers me that people find enjoyment in people fighting.
That or
Really?
women fighting.
Yeah, that that really bothers me that people think that that's something like, oh yeah, like no, it's disgusting.
Knock that chick out.
Now, would you stop a fight?
It depends. It depends on if I knew the people. If I didn't know them, no, I wouldn't stop it.
So you just keep
because
going?
you know why? Because I am a believer in those innocent bystanders. Like it's the Good Samaritan. I've known more than one person who has been a Good Samaritan and who has been killed.
Okay.
More
That's
than
fair.
one. So I don't play with jumping into a fight that I have nothing to do with.
Never.
Absolutely
Right.
not.
Never
I do
interrupt
not
the
play
fight.
with that.
You've never stopped a fight?
I do not.
No, I haven't.
I don't
I
play
have.
with that. Especially in New York, because what happens is shots ring off really quickly. Like I don't play with jumping. If it's my friend, it's a totally different scenario because we came together, we're gonna leave together. Like that's the way I grew up.
The only reason why I stopped that fight is because one person was losing very badly.
Yeah, I do hate to see that.
Yeah, so I was just like, I pulled
it's a
over.
straight
But then it becomes
fatality.
unfair. It
Like
becomes
the guy
unfair.
was getting punched into the car door. Like I was like, nah, this has got to stop. And I'm pulling the guy off. Like if it's a one-sided affair, you gotta try to at least do something, just so that
Yeah,
the guy
no,
doesn't
thank
end
you.
up getting killed.
Yeah, but again, if you don't know them,
No,
leave it
you're-
alone.
Yeah, I leave it alone. Like, I'm not playing with that.
Because from afar, it's like arguing. From afar, no one knows whose role is what. So you look like you're breaking up a fight, but you may look like you're in the fight too. So now, if one of the participants has people who are coming to that fight, it could be your ass.
Yeah,
Like, leave it
nah,
alone.
Leave it alone.
All right, and this next video, I'm disgusted by, especially as a chef, as great chef that I am. I know that you don't even cook chicken and clean chicken this way. Play this clip, man. This is the most disgusting thing I've seen in a while. Turn the mute off.
Tonight I will be frying chicken. I have no problem with frying chicken. So I know how to fry chicken. So I know everybody gonna lie. You don't know how to fry chicken. You don't know how to fry chicken. Yes, I do know how to fry chicken. It's all about putting it in grease. I know how to fry chicken.
This can't be real.
I would never eat from him.
Is he a little special?
I'm about to wash the meat right now. I'm about to wash the meat.
I would never eat from him.
Why?
I just
don't know
there's
why
something
everybody
about
make
it.
a big uproar about washing the meat, but
You know why? Because he got gloves on his hand. That's why I wouldn't.
Yeah,
eat
you
from
know
him.
what? You're right.
Oh, that's why I wouldn't. eat from him.
West Indian women or
no,
men, they
I
don't
get
put.
in with my fingers. Yeah.
You need you need that like the hands of. Oh hell no!
tonight I'll be frying chicken tonight. I will be frying chicken. What you going to have with it? I don't know. I'm gonna fry some chicken. But right now I'm finna wash the meat.
Okay, so he's gonna watch. Oh hell no!
He's joking.
No, he's not.
Do you see how much soap the amount of soap he used right now could wash maybe 40 plates? That's disgusting.
He wants to make sure all them germs are out. I can't front. I put that on my apple.
You put what in your apple?
I wash it with soap. My apples. Just get rid of the pesticides.
Yes, but you're not putting the apple in a sink, are you?
No, I won't do that. I won't
But
do that
either
part.
way, you don't put the you don't put.
I don't just wash it with
soap.
water. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't do all that.
Yeah, he doing laundry, not washing chicken.
And he got the game with a smell.
Yeah.
So you're saying-
Yes. You're gonna be smelling the chicken for days. Yes.
Oh my.
And he didn't even. But why is it not sudding up? Like, where's the suds?
Ain't no suds.
Right now, I done got done washing the meat.
See why I won't eat from him?
Yes. Musclehead, this is for real.
Nope.
Musclehead, this is for real.
Why would you put palm olive
Only
on?
thing about fried chicken is that grease pop on you.
So is that soap?
And let's-
those bubbles, yeah.
But wait.
didn't even
There's
wash
one
them
thing.
off.
There's one main thing. So women on here or men on here that are looking at this, he did not clean the chicken. When you clean the chicken, you have to go
you
into
can
the
stop the
skin.
video. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how other people do it. I do it with
my
lime
God,
and
he's
salt
already-
and vinegar. That is crazy.
And lemon too. We use lemon
yeah,
sometimes. Yeah.
lime, salt, and vinegar.
Oh, lime. You said lime. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
Oh,
He started putting the salt in it.
That's disgusting.
So who's going to his block party?
Who's eating that food?
nah, I'm
and then
not.
he had the nerve to put gloves on. You could have took the gloves off for that.
Yo, but again, look at his face and haircut. Like, y'all don't think he's a little special here? I think something's.
Why his haircut? Why does a haircut deem him special?
Just look at the haircut, Joe. If you don't wear a hat, let me leave it alone. Just enjoy your meal, Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not from him, though.
No, from him.
Because you know that grease pop on you.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. No one should ever eat that. Ever. Yeah, and let's watch this last clip. So this guy was getting in trouble because he got news that his son was being a bully in school. And so he made his son, I think he was suspended he got kicked off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So he was suspended from the bus for, I believe, 5 days. So I guess as a result, he's now making his son jog his way to school. And people are saying he went a little bit too far. Let's play the clip.
All right, everybody, welcome to You Better Listen to Your Dad 2018. Well, my son has finally got in trouble on the bus enough to where he got actually kicked off the bus for 3 days because he was being a little bully, which I do not tolerate, cannot stand, and therefore he has to now run to school. We're right about 1 mile from the school, so all week he has got the experience of running to school. The good news is, hey guys, he keeps
the play-by-play is off the
6
wall.
miles an hour so far.
Wow.
Yesterday, he was apparently a little rude for Michelle in the morning, so even though it's raining this morning, he still gets to run. This right here is just simple. You know, ironically, since he's been running to school this week, his behavior's been much better. His teachers have approved.
He ain't got no energy to bully nobody.
Where last week he was just absolutely out of his mind. But this right here is just old school simple parenting. This ain't killing nobody. This is a healthy way for a child to be punished because
that book bag looks extra heavy too.
So
like got encyclopedias in it.
Don't know what it's like. Here you go.
All the kids are like, "What's that?"
You don't have to kill them. You don't always have to beat them.
Right.
But sometimes it sucks for them, and that's what teaches them.
I'm a millennial. I don't get you.
He's going to be a very fast runner later on.
He's going to be a very fast runner.
Either be fast or obedient. So far, we're working on fast. But yeah, so we've got a little ways to go. Just wanted to show everybody, give you a good little laugh. But yeah, Thornhill household does not tolerate it.
Yo, this is kind of
If you don't do what you're supposed to, you'll get punished.
All right, so from jump,
I'm here for it.
Jump, we're all here for it, correct?
I'm here for it.
And here's why
I kind of feel a little bad.
You feel bad?
I feel bad for him, but I'm here for
cool.
it.
I feel bad for him, but I mean, I understand what he was doing.
Here are your alternatives. You have videos of little Eaton crying.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
With his little flat ass nose. Okay,
Oh,
you have
man,
you
yes,
have you have
yes,
that.
yes.
Or
Oh, my God.
or one of these kids, they get bullied too much and they shoot up the schools.
Or commit suicide.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
So in order to avoid all that, we stop the bullying from here, and that's that. And by the way, fuck Eaton. He called somebody a Negro and all this other shit. F that. Okay. I'll mention him however I want, whenever I want. It is what it is.
I didn't stop you at all.
No, with your old gods. Point is, this is what you don't want. That's that.
Yeah.
What's the issue?
No, there's no issue.
No,
He's jogging.
No issue.
There's no issue.
He's jogging, right?
He's getting in shape.
Yeah.
Or is that,
In the rain.
or getting beat by a West Indian parent? I'm telling you, everybody with a disobedient kid needs to they need to stay in a West Indian house for a week. I'm talking about West Indian parents lash you from back here. Like they get the air in. Like they get the air, they get it, they like whip the belt. My mother used to be like, go pick the belt. Which one you think I'm gonna pick, man? I used to pick the
you used to
real
get that too?
classic Lucite
Southern
belt.
blacks, all that. Go get the switch,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a regular thing. Africans, they do torture type shit, pump tire, which is basically you doing this and going up and down like on some torture shit. Like
this is
it's
abuse,
really-
though. This
But
is
what I'm
crazy.
saying is,
you're not
But
training
here's
for
the deal.
Ivan Drago. Like
Here's
what
the deal.
hell?
Here's the deal. If
Right.
that's abuse, that's fine. That's
No,
light.
That's light.
That's light work.
Nobody's looking at it like
wish.
thinking.
Yo, some people say he was out of line though.
Nah.
But what's in line? What's the alternative? Because
Right.
again, these kids get bullied. They can't handle it.
Right.
And they blow your school
And
up.
there's physical, sometimes physical abuse with that bullying. So.
Right.
Or they make
Won't be
videos and
physical
y'all
and
feel
running.
sorry and donate money. You
Right.
can avoid all this by handling it now.
Did you see the man that shaved his son's head off to look like George Jefferson? Like,
I'm here
would
for
you
all
rather
that.
that?
I'm here for all that.
That was hilarious.
Would you rather
Okay,
that?
well, hold up. But I think people weren't necessarily upset with the punishment, but I think more so with the fact that he televised it. Like, do you really have to put your kid on Front Street?
I always did hate that embarrassing shit. I always did hate that aspect
But let
of
me-
it.
He didn't show the kid's face.
Yeah,
so I'm
but
with
still,
that.
like you don't
I'm with
necessarily
It doesn't matter because
your
you don't know.
followers know who your kid is. Like you don't necessarily need
Right,
to do
but
all
then
that.
again, you don't know how he bullied the other kid. You don't know if he recorded something the other kid did. He probably did what he did to the kid. So you don't know the type of bullying he was doing.
Yeah, but hold on. And we've had this discussion before. I mean, bullying is part of growing up. This kid looks like he's what, 8, 9 years old.
But it doesn't have to be.
Well, I understand.
You
It
can
doesn't
do
have to
something
be.
about it.
Right.
You can't just
Yeah.
ignore it.
I don't think I was bullied I wasn't bullied as a kid.
Bullies, but bullies have always
Here you
existed.
go.
Though.
Go ahead. Tell me your story.
Oh, you guys know about it.
No, I don't know about it. What, the Gooch went to school with us? What? No, I don't know about it.
You fainted
I
during
was
the fight?
Jamaican.
What?
I was Jamaican.
Yeah, but that's not you being bullied, though.
Oh, I was bullied because I was Haitian. Absolutely.
Well, that's what I mean.
How are you bullied and
We were
bad?
people-
Usually the people that get bullied are
Haitians
not
back
bad.
in the day.
We were teased more than bullied.
You were teased, but I don't think you
Not
That's what I
even.
mean.
I
That's-
gave lunch
that's
money.
what I mean. Bullying
gave
is kind
lunch
of
money,
a part of
all that stuff.
adolescence, whether we like it or not. There's always going to be that one or few people to make fun of you or whatever you're wearing or what have
Your
you.
culture,
That's always,
what have you.
Yeah, that's always been part of
But
the
again,
growing up.
especially now with the advent of social media, it's worse now, and these kids can't handle
Yeah.
it. And the kids, so it's all comes together. So the kids are softer. They're getting their little participation awards, and it's soft as hell, and they're never wrong, blah, blah, blah. And now the bullying is stronger. So it's breeding these crazy kids.
Right.
Yep.
This is how you avoid all that.
I mean,
The one thing kids hate, the one thing every kid hates, is to be embarrassed in front of their peers.
Yep.
Of
Period.
course.
I got my ass kicked in front of my class. It is what it is. I still remember that shit. I'm still hoping nobody friend requests me from Facebook from St. Martin's back in, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. Oh, shit, motherfucker probably remember when I got my ass kicked. Delete. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nobody wants to go through that.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. When we come back, we'll have news of the week.
Oh, I'm sorry. But before we even do that,
What's up?
Big Keith said, I was a bully in high school. My kid won't make the same mistakes I did. Keith was a bully in high school.
what does that mean?
I don't remember him being
Didn't
a
you
bully.
guys go to high school together?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember him being a bully.
And he blew off one of his hands. How was he a bully in high school? Jesus Christ. What? I'm sorry. How was he a bully in high school? Keith, you my man. So how was you a bully? All right, anyway, go ahead. Come on.
Oh, that's
I love what you said.
firecracker.
All right, go ahead. Like you say something.
He already said it already.
Go ahead. Pre-diabetes. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh my God.
I've said enough.
We
I've
have
said
the
enough.
most,
We love you,
the
Keith.
most depressing commercials ever.
Yo, we do.
We love you, Keith.
Did your pet just die?
Do you need health
Call us at
insurance?
Sunday morning breakfast.
Childhood hunger.
Did your little
Yo.
Kim Whiskers just die?
Don't leave your family all
Preach is
alone.
here
Just
for you.
die. Like, wait a
As long as the
second.
phone call is 5 seconds, Preach is here for you.
Cat AIDS.
What's your name and what's your cat's name? Goodbye. Thanks for your call. You're
Cat
great, Preach.
AIDS.
Yes.
It's an epidemic.
I can't tell you. In the arms of an angel.
It's really bad. Like, it's very depressing.
Yeah, nah, so we
don't have diarrhea.
Nah, so we gotta have a commercial meeting at the end of the show.
I was
This one,
listening the
all
other day.
T-Mobile commercials.
Oh my God.
But I'm sorry, Boris, please play this depressing.
Boris,
Yes.
please, let's do
This is where I leave the room until
Damn,
the
sweet
commercials are
mama,
off.
you gonna say who he got beat by too? Like, I'm sure you gonna.
Yeah, sweet mama, my dad, all right? Shit. Is that what you want to know? I'm out of here, man.
This is
Sunday
terrible.
morning breakfast will be
I
right
run
back.
off like a full house kid.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Yeah, you, it's me, your heart. Listen to me. We've got to talk. High blood pressure is serious, and yours? Whoa. What happened to us? We used to be so much more active. But lately, you've been ignoring me. I know you think I'm just gonna keep ticking away forever, but you're wrong. You can do so much more to control your high blood pressure. Doing the minimum isn't doing enough. I'm under a lot of pressure and can quit whenever I want. Bet you didn't know that. But I like my job. Just treat me better. Check on me. Give me something green to nibble on every once in a while. And maybe we can do some exercise on occasion. Let's get to it. After all, we're in this together.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Today, my new dad threw a barbecue.
Today, my new son and I threw a barbecue.
There were burgers and chicken.
I burnt everything. The burgers, the chicken, the salad.
They were delicious.
They were awful.
And then we had watermelon.
I'm allergic to watermelon.
And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window, Mrs. Wakeham's window, Mrs. Wakeham's windshield, and then somehow my hand. My hand!
And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Gotta get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom, but a little over a year ago, we realized she couldn't take care of herself without our help. And well, how could I not be there for her? I had no idea how hard it would be, and just what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and, even for me, ways to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics that got me started, but also information about the hurdles I was facing in this new role. I could even connect with experts and hear from others who had been in my place. I know this road we're on isn't an easy one, but I'm really happy to have the extra help for her and for me.
Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. This message is brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. Call us up 516-900-2278. No news of the weird, but we got to talk about this story. And this is why Florida is a dump. And anybody who wants to dispute me on this, this is proof here. On top of the countless stories we've covered with Florida. So a middle school teacher out in Florida has been suspended for 10 days after being accused of using the N-word, calling students dumb, and making other racist and inflammatory comments. David Swinyar, a math teacher at Kernan Middle School in Jacksonville, was suspended without pay. They said the school is doing an investigation. They're saying he yelled and confronted students in a physically aggressive manner. He also is alleged of saying, if my daughter was dating someone who used the F word, I wouldn't have any respect for that N word. Several students testified that the classroom grew quiet after that.
Yes. Awkward.
Weird. Seemingly in shock over Swinyar's use of the slur. He has also said, if your boyfriend says bad things to you and or treats you wrong, that means that he's acting like a N-word. You all should not be dating all these different African American boys because they are not worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You tell him.
Poor Raheem sitting in the back, though, huh?
I know the one black kid.
Poor Raheem sitting in the back dating his daughter.
Yes, exactly.
Dating his daughter.
Got plans, yes.
Yep.
One female student testified saying when Mr. Swinyard gets mad, he becomes aggressive.
Yes.
Additionally, Mr. Swinyard belittles students by talking down to them about their low Florida Standards assessment scores.
Ooh.
That's what's offensive though.
Yes, exactly.
He loves to talk about politics and Donald Trump. He also talked about attending a black church. Ooh. Wow. And Mr. Swinyard often, don't get mad here, Mr. Swinyard often mocks black preachers. Not to be fair, we do the same.
I like my preacher's white. So
Black preachers are hilarious.
They are quite hilarious.
Nothing but
especially that one that thought that slavery was good for us. So yeah. However, despite finding Swinyard's behavior rude, the student said that overall she thought he was a good teacher.
J-Lex says, and this is why teachers can't have guns.
Yep. Right.
Thomas says Jacksonville is technically Southern Virginia.
Yo, it'd be crazy because if this guy has a gun and a mass shooter comes in, he's just aiming at the black kid.
Yeah, exactly. He's not even shooting at the shooter.
Right.
Tyrone, save yourself.
Yeah. Very own Ricardo from Florida, who took offense originally, says, of course, it's Florida.
No, but to be fair to Ricardo did agree with our assessment that Florida is a cesspool.
The statistics say that about 22% of Kernan Middle School's 1,285 students are African American. So, I mean, we've dealt with teachers. I don't know; they never necessarily used the racial slur, but they would say some.
I was about to ask you if that was your teacher.
They would say some jokes.
He was just crazy.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not gonna put racist on him. He was just crazy.
To be fair, it was a rainbow coalition of jokes that he would say. Like it'd be about.
There was one teacher. I think you know who I'm referring to. The late detention guy.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace. He just died a few years ago.
Oh, so we can say that.
Yeah. I ain't gonna shit on his name though. But
West Side.
He was a bigot, but like he hated everyone. So that's how he got away with it. Like he was shit on the white kids too. And when you would call him out on it, he'd. What? I hate all of you. Like that was his game. You know. Oh, you slick. Oh, I didn't have him.
Oh, I didn't.
I had him for like late detention a few times, but like I didn't have him.
You just had the worst childhood in school ever, didn't you?
Yo, let voice tell it. He went to East Side High. I was the reason they made that movie. I slapped the bullhorn right out of Joe Clark's hand, shoved it up his ass. Like, please.
I caused the lockdown. Yes.
So also we should be excited. Although we thought this was going to happen a little bit earlier. I thought this was supposed to be a change of things with the show. 50 Cent's confirmed that Power will be back July 1st.
Yes.
Whatever. It's still July.
I know. I thought it was supposed to be coming back in like
I was
June.
expecting it in May.
It was May. It went to June. Now it's straight up summer.
But is it still Stars?
Yeah, it's still
still
Stars.
Stars.
They worked it out with Stars.
Okay.
And he's directing that season or the season after?
Yeah, it's 2 seasons. They got season 6 too.
Yeah.
Oh, and man, we got to talk about this. We have about 12 minutes left, but we have to definitely talk about this. So apparently in the article, in a Grownish article, there's this survey that says that has found that black women tend to be the least swiped right women in dating sites. I'm not touching that. You guys can.
Well, so just to break it down, though, because you got to explain. I don't think a lot of people know what the whole swipe right thing. So the swipe right is they're interested in you.
Yeah, well then, when you're in Tinder and all those.
Yeah, apparently white women are number one. Quote unquote exotic women are number 2.
What's exotic? I don't know.
They consider it like mixtures, like Asian and all that stuff. You have like
that's exotic.
Well, black Asian, so Asian is number 3.
Yeah. Okay,
I guess exotic could be considered mixed women, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Hawaiian, whatever.
Yeah, Hawaiian.
Polynesian.
I don't know how I feel about this. First of all, I've never been. You know, when I say I don't know how I feel about this, I've never been on a dating site, so I don't know. But my whole thing is if that's not what you're interested in, that's not what you're interested in. So why not swipe? Like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's a very fair. That's a very fair
I
assessment.
don't like stuff like that because it's like, why don't they swipe on me? Because maybe they don't like you. Mm-hmm. So I don't really find something wrong with that. Like, I don't automatically get offended that we're the least swiped.
All right, so fellas, if it were the other way around, if it were black men are the least
it's
swiped,
racism.
would you feel the way
racism
about such a thing?
Help them all. They all get it. I don't know. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't
well, that's why it's a good thing to have representation. That's why everyone is so hype about this Black Panther movie.
Right.
Because you're finally seen in a light where you're, quote unquote, desired and attracted and attractive and that kind of thing. And that's a good thing. I don't think black women get enough of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing in regards to that. Like,
and it's also from the same site that had that discussion about Bruno Mars, the Grapevine. So yeah, we can understand where they're upset about this. But you bring up a good point. If the majority of people on Tinder or any of these, ChristianMingle.com or whatever, if then Farmers.com, if they're not interested, I don't know how many black women are on Farmers.com, but
I would assume not a lot. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. If that's not their preference, then you can't fault them.
Right.
Grindr, I hate you. Grindr says exotic is Rachel Dolezal style. The Musclehead Skillet says, I think it's more to it than personal taste.
I mean, that's your opinion.
I think there is more
that's fine. That's fine.
I think there's a perception of black women being.
Be careful. Be careful.
I know. I'm trying to be.
Don't be careful. Say what it is, because again, the only way this gets addressed is if you say what it is.
I think that it's intimidating for certain men to deal with black women. I think that's why they choose to go.
Okay, everybody at this table is dating a black woman, correct?
Yes. Right.
Engineer Boris. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'll be sure.
Meanwhile, the white woman in his life is pissed off now.
If you've ever felt intimidated by a black woman, raise your hand.
Yes.
Raise your hand.
Intimidated in what manner?
Well, you just said that they feel intimidated.
Me differently.
But I think it's just women and
J-Lex, can you do me a favor? Can you call in? Because J-Lex, of course, everybody has their taste. That's all.
Right.
J-Lex is married. J-Lex is Haitian and married to a white woman. So, J-Lex, can you do me a favor? Can you call in?
Okay.
If you don't mind, we'd love to hear your point of view here.
But when you say intimidated by,
you said it, so I'm only saying what you said.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I'm not intimidated by a black woman. I'm intimidated by a woman. I don't look at it as I'm being intimidated.
Right, but we're talking about black women. So have you ever been intimidated by a black woman?
My mother, yes.
No.
But that's a black woman.
It's different. Like, have you ever been intimidated by a black woman that you were trying to date?
No.
Bino, have you ever been intimidated by a black woman you're trying to date?
Seriously.
Boys, have you been ever intimidated by a black woman?
Never. But certain people I just won't tolerate.
Yeah,
certain things I just won't tolerate.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so everybody at this table is saying, have you been intimidated? So I have 4 men. Everyone said the same thing.
So we probably should rephrase it to there's a certain black people.
No, I don't think. No. To be fair, Preach is not wrong. There are men who feel intimidated.
No, I totally agree with that.
But I'm just dealing with the people in the room. Like, I don't think that I've ever dated someone. I don't want to intimidate anybody I date with. I guess that's why I'm dating who I'm dating now. Like, I don't want to. I don't want somebody to be like.
But the perception of African American women is just that they have this I don't play attitude. Thus, why they get the label of it.
Sometimes they overdo it.
They who?
All right, before we get into all that shit, guys,
impose that.
All right, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? This is J-Lex.
What's up,
J-Lex?
What's poppin'?
Tell us.
Yeah, what's going on?
You tell us? You told me to call. Yes. Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, J-Lex, you are married to a white woman, correct?
Yes.
And you are a Haitian man, yes?
Yes.
Now, was there any reason for that in particular, or what? How did this all come about?
Basically, I'm of the belief that you shouldn't. How do I phrase this?
Oh,
easy.
Honestly.
No, go ahead.
Honestly, like I'm attracted to all women, but I acknowledge that I like a certain thing. You know what I mean?
You like white women.
I like a certain, I don't know, look or whatever the case might be. It's not just white. I have a certain thing that I like, and
what's that thing?
Some people might agree. What's that?
What's that thing?
It's. I feel like the world's smaller, and I shouldn't be. I feel like I shouldn't be necessarily pigeonholed to only dating a certain type of woman.
I understand, but right? Well, what's your thing? You said you like a certain type of thing, so what's your thing?
I acknowledge that I was attracted to white women. I was attracted to like Hispanic women and things of that nature.
Stupid. And that's fair. Wait. You said Spanish women as well, or just white women?
No. I like Spanish women as well. Spanish women and Caucasian women. Yes, I acknowledge.
That is your thing, Spanish and Caucasian.
I dated black women. It was great, but it was just I was more prone to liking that as I got older.
Was it wait? Was it more of you have a type in terms of appearance, or do you like them because of attitude or personality?
No. More appearance.
Okay.
More appearance than anything else.
Okay.
Like I dated black. I'm not intimidated by black women by any stretch. I've been annoyed, but
To be fair,
there's some.
To be fair, we do know your wife, and she's not
Yeah.
your quote unquote meek, submissive white woman by any means.
Oh no. She's far from that. Trust me. Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, she's not meek or weak by any stretch.
No, not at all. Please, I've seen her slap you in the face a few times. But point is,
Okay, you wilding right now. She never slapped me in public.
actually, I'm not. But point is,
she's never slapped me in public, but it's like it's silly here. But I think
let's just say she don't play around. That's fair.
Yeah,
Let's be
exactly.
fair.
She doesn't play around, so she's
Clearly,
not
I'm
meek
joking.
by any stretch, but I think for me, as I got older and I went out in the world and everything, I'm like, you know what? Why do I have to only date a certain type of woman?
That's fine.
Or in terms of nationality, or whatever the case might be. Like, the world's smaller than it's ever been. Like, I can date anybody. I know there's some people out there who hate on me for it, but whatever. I don't give a shit.
Right. That's fine. He has a type. That's fine.
Well, thank you for your.
I think about that.
That's
I'm good.
That's what we call Lex. We appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay, so this is an interesting question to me. So, has anybody here ever dated outside their race?
Yes.
Does Latino count as outside the race, or
I guess so.
I don't think so.
Not really.
No,
All right, definitely
I
have.
Then no.
Have you ever dated part of the oppressor or the oppressor?
Have you ever colonized?
Yes.
Have you ever fraternized with colonizers? Yes. No, I have not.
Okay.
You?
I have.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You?
Definitely have.
Wow. Okay.
Definitely have.
I did briefly as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Well.
You didn't date them because.
I dated him because I liked him, but when he told me he couldn't bring me home to his mother because I was black.
Yeah,
and then it was like, you know what? This was really cool. This was nice. But then
is this the same guy I'm thinking of?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that one definitely said that to me. Oh, no. But I consider him black. I don't consider him.
What in the subliminal?
I know.
We'll leave that alone.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, definitely. It was definitely. And the person that Bino's talking about is way darker than me.
Okay.
Way darker than me, and was like, because you're black, I cannot bring you home to my parents.
Oh, wow. Well, he has bigger issues than.
Meanwhile, he had a do-rag and a Wu-Tang tape on. But
right. Listening to Honest.
Stolen album.
I'll tell you who it is when we get off the
But
air.
Jay Lex I guess he has a type. That's fine, and I don't think he should be knocked for it. He said it's more look-wise. But the perception is that the reason why black women feel like they're being, what's the word I'm looking for? Not looked upon or not being approached is because they think it's more of an attitude thing. Like, there's this attitude with black women, and that they're very in your face and very aggressive and so on and so forth. Where that's all women. There's different types of women in every.
To be fair, Jay Lex's wife was definitely
right. I know plenty of white women that don't play. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily fair to say. Oh, well, all black women should have.
When
that
you say
stigma.
all,
go through the experience.
That's
You
not
can't
fair.
generalize like that. Only the ones he experienced.
No. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, winners and losers. We have like 1 minute left. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our winners and losers. Sunday morning breakfast.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Okay.
All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We'll just skip. We'll skip shout outs. We'll skip winners and losers. Just do shout outs. Voice. Who would you like to shout out, sir?
Definitely. Shout outs to Team Oceanside. Shout outs to Mr. Trinity Mind. About to see you in a couple minutes. Make sure you're ready. Shout outs to Mr. Shout outs to Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., who did not get this memo from watching Ballers. You had a teammate there, and you got education as to what they do in the media, but you still went ahead and took the bait. So you get what you deserve. That's all I got.
Unbelievable. All right, Crystal, who would you like to shout out?
I don't know this week.
I don't know one like.
I don't know.
Shout out to yes, you gotta shout out your man. Yes,
shout out Big Zaddy.
you can't never forget that.
Shout out to
week.
EGL because they're amazing, and I guess that's it.
All right, Dino.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Sweet Mama, as always.
There you go.
Yes,
Give
there we
the
go.
cue.
There you go. I know,
As
right?
always.
I was going to do it myself. Yes. Yo, shout out to the homie Gope and Karen. We chilled with them the past couple weeks. Good people, good times. Who else? Shout out to J-Lex for calling.
Yes.
And that about it.
And Corinne for calling.
Yes,
Yes,
and Corinne as well.
absolutely, Mrs. Preach. Yeah, you definitely before you forgot.
Dang,
Just
man.
in case.
What bus are you driving?
I'm just
God. Yo.
Go ahead, shout out to your own wife.
Yes.
Shout out my wife and
There you
my
go.
son. And oh my God, yes. Shout out to everybody who listened. Shout out all the callers. Shout out the thread. Everybody who commented on the page. Shout out to everybody, man. We appreciate it. Yeah, man. My God, what bus are people driving these days? All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We're out of here. Great show. We're out. Peace.